this is a big episode, folks. We have a big episode today. We have the Jersey odd couple, folks. Joseph and John.
Thanks.
It's been a long time coming to get these boys on the show.
Pleasure to be
Hello,
here,
folks.
really. Pleasure to be here.
Now they've each been on before individually, but now we bring them together, and this is really a great
This is
great four.
Our fourth four-man episode.
Really, I didn't
Yes.
even.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we had
Stephen
might be
Lakshmi, we had
too much,
Holly and Paul.
Too much testosterone with us
Yeah,
two on
true.
here. You're
T
gonna.
levels are high.
Yeah,
Well, no,
with
we
the
had Tay and
podcast.
Combs on, so that doesn't really
Oh,
matter.
no, they're pussies, dude.
Yeah.
Tay, I've knocked Tay the fuck out.
Wouldn't take much, folks.
I'll stab him again. The other side.
Well, it's a big. I don't know if we want to get right into it, but it's a big episode for us because we're doing our Philly's funniest predictions.
Yes.
Yes,
I'm
we
very
are.
for this.
Oh
What's
yeah,
that?
it's very excited. It's a prestigious contest in Philadelphia. Dear God, and it's here again. We've all done it before. I'm not in it this year, but these three fine gentlemen all have a legitimate chance to win this contest.
That's too kind of us.
That's
That's far too
that's
kind.
definitely not the case.
No.
But, thank you.
They go. It's at the Helium Comedy Club. There are about 20 rounds of prelims with most comics in the city. Not every comic, thank God. And they pick like 3 a night, move on. The first rounds are based off. I guess I'm giving the general overview for those who haven't heard of it, but everybody's heard of it.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
there'll be like 15 comics on a night. Usually 3 will move on, and then there'll be a second round and then a finals. And it's kind of a big thing. People like get stressed out about it, and then they berate themselves. They say, "Come up and if you put me third, I'll put you third." And it's like, all right.
Yeah. It's very conniving and nasty,
Yeah.
schemery, underhanded
Yeah.
bullshit.
I'm very
Yeah.
excited to see because me and Joe actually not the little tips on our caps. We advanced last year.
Yes, we
We
did.
both
Oh
advanced.
yes,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Joe had a
and
great.
I met
Joe's
you
night
at
was
Phunniest
great.
last
Oh,
year.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
Joe introduced us to
Yeah.
John here last year.
Yeah,
It's a
Joe's
historic
night.
historic run
Yeah.
last
Yeah,
year.
Joe had a crazy set. That was awesome.
That was sick.
Yeah.
I should
It
never
was
be-
sick.
worked.
It was
That
it
was
was
awesome.
depraved.
I
It
did. I
was so
worked on the
depraved.
wall. I'm still ashamed of that. It's not going to happen this year, but
You've done worse.
more depravity will. Yeah, you're right. I did motorboat a trans woman at Bar 13, so that was far worse.
Get out. But
He came up to me after that and he goes, "I'm sorry you had to see that." I go, "I wasn't looking. I was not looking at that."
shield your eyes, Lukey.
We have the tape. We'll play it for you now.
And Joe, you're going first, right, on your night? I don't know if we want to jump into this, but
No,
were
we
just
can.
talking.
We can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm first up July 13th, I think, or 14th maybe.
I think you're 14th. I think you were
14th.
telling me
Yeah, July.
14th,
It's
yeah.
a Monday. Yeah, Monday, July 14th. I think I'm first out of 15 people. So
Put it on your calendars, folks.
Yeah, you're on the
Yeah.
same night as a couple guys we like, I think, right? Who was it,
Yes.
Dunbar?
No, Dunbar's
Yeah.
going right after me. So
Oh,
it's
yeah,
me
that's
is first, and then it's Dunbar, and then right after him it's Campbell Gibson, and then after Campbell it's I believe Austin Whitehead.
Oh, is that
Oh,
the
former
first
guest.
four?
Austin was
Wow.
on this.
Hell of a four.
I
That
can
could be the
leave-
crown jewel of the night.
Yeah, and then we
Yeah.
also have Tyler Rothrock on that night, and who else is on
Sean
there?
O.
Sean O.
Oh, we love
We
Sean
love
O.
Sean, folks.
Yeah,
we
so-
love
That's
Sean.
what you like. 'Cause you like having it's obvious it's not good to see all your friends go on the same night because you want all your friends to advance. But
If out of
Hey.
that 5, none of them advance, I'd be, you know what I mean? If
Yeah.
Dunbar,
Oh, we're
yeah,
stopping
Dunbar
this
won't.
Stop the steal
Stop it in
immediately,
advance.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
Dunbar
stopping
won't
the
advance,
steal.
but he's because he bombs there all the time. But
Yeah.
Dunbar would probably be happier to give his spot to Rothrock anyway.
knowing Dunbar,
Yeah,
knowing
yeah, he's
Dunbar.
a he's a
Yeah.
big Rothrock fan. And
Who are, are there
you-
women on my night? I got to check the. Do you have the lineup ready to
I'm
go
not
here?
sure.
let me pull it up.
Yeah.
Luke, I know Luke had it on there too.
I
so
had
we
it
could all
on there,
see
Yeah.
it.
and I was doing some technical stuff.
Speaking
and
of
I lost
Dunbar, while they're looking this up, you guys were laughing at him last night getting bumped for Danny Hicks at High Note.
Oh,
He went like halfway up the stage,
yeah, that was awesome.
and then they called Danny Hicks up. That was a very funny.
That was
I
moment.
very
love
funny.
that.
He was
It's a
very upset.
common mistake. Danny
Yeah,
Hicks
yeah.
and
Yeah.
Dunbar.
I think the Burroughs was hosting, and he said, "Give it up for your next black comic," and Dunbar started walking up. Danny Hicks. It's
Dunbar
funny.
is probably has less money than Danny Hicks, which is shocking knowing him. Yeah,
There's-
dude, I sell fucking magazines.
He has
Dude, come on.
he has less money but more kids than Danny Hicks. Though. We had his bastard
Does
kids out
Dunbar
there.
have kids?
Probably.
I
Oh,
hope
yeah. I
not.
mean, yeah.
That'd
Probably
be
some
horrible.
Amish broad out. in
or
the
you know how the
fucking
Irish are. I
freeways.
mean,
I can
please,
see if he
yeah.
said, "Yeah, dude, I impregnated a girl when I was 17. She raised babies around."
Yeah, dude, I have a
Yeah.
fucking kid, dude. I gotta pay for fucking tuition, dude.
Yeah.
The 14th, the only possible woman is a person I don't know named Bree Smiley.
Oh, I know Bree Smiley.
No, I don't think I'm.
I've heard the name.
She's good at comedy, John.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Luke
think
as
I'm-
well, dear.
I've never
they-
been there
they-
once.
I've never been to
Yeah,
comedy
and the host
shows
is the great
Because I'm scared.
TTFN. Tata Sharice.
Oh, last year's winner. Yes.
Yes, for now.
yes.
Yes,
Wow.
last year's winner. Tata for now.
So yes, did we went through everything about the first. This is another important thing to say for those uninitiated. The audience votes for the first round, right? And then the second and third rounds, because it used to be 4, now it's 3. Is the second round audience too?
No, I think
No,
it's
second
judges.
is
Yeah.
judge.
It
yeah.
used to be 2 audience rounds.
Yeah.
Which
Well, me and Joe didn't advance because the manager at Club Risque didn't think we were very funny.
Yes, yeah, she didn't like my
Yeah.
wall twerk at Club Risque.
Yeah,
yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
that.
The
Yeah.
judges they pick are crazy. Like
it's just whoever sponsors the
right,
place.
yeah.
So
One guy had like a food blog, and I'm like, what the fuck does he know?
Yeah, what about comedy? Yeah.
Comedy.
it's
Yeah.
well, it's like
He
when
knows
they
more than
have,
people that do comedy.
Yeah, I
in
mean,
this
I
I'll
think
tell
so,
you
yeah.
that.
So yeah,
He might win if he tries it this year.
Hey, give it a shot. Yeah, give it.
Oh, do you know what we have? You know what we have to say before we start too? Philly's funniest former winner Shane Gillis, right? We have to go around. We, have
Oh,
to, Shane, we love
yes,
Shane
yeah.
Gillis.
Wow.
Oh, Shane! Shane Gillis! Oh, Chinese! Oh, you can't make fun of Chinese, or you'll become
Is he-
biggest comic in
Is
world.
So he's a comic, Shane Gillis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
You retard.
Dude, fucking yo,
I
dude.
love Shane.
Yeah.
Go war. Can I have a group for the birds? Dude, fucking. Watch season 2 of Tires.
Miller Lite, so we will not turn into Shane during this.
Can you
True.
can you pass me one too, buddy?
Yes, we're gonna have Shane. Want a couple Steve Weisers? Here, pass it over.
Oh, shit. Hold on. I don't want to.
No,
spill
I'm drinking
mine.
Voodoo Ranger, so I will not be doing a
Yeah.
shitty Gillis impression like half of
Yeah.
Philly comedy scene does.
You'll be doing a never mind.
I'll be doing a Gilbert Godfrey. That's my
yeah.
or Steve Martin. I pull
You
out
could
the
probably
band
do
show.
a good Godfrey. I think. Yeah.
Gillis Godfrey.
Bob Saget raped the Olsen twins.
My pick this year to win Philly's funniest is Shagun Shahada.
That's a good Godfrey.
Thank you.
I like that.
I pick Pops Leonard. I sound like
He
Griffey
might be
Cohen.
my favorite. Yeah, you do. sound like Griffey.
You want to start going through the nights?
Oh,
yeah. I've got the first one right
Sorry,
here.
we
If
were-
you guys are
We
ready.
were rocking and rolling.
No. It's
The first night is going to be this Tuesday. We got the host Connor Lutz, a friend of ours who won a couple years ago. We're going to get right into this. So there's 15.
this is the 27th of May.
The inaugural evening.
We have the first comic of the whole time is the Fry Guy,
Mr. Guy.
which I think is funny. It's like of all the people, that's really like you know what I mean. It's like he's unique. He's a unique nigga.
Yeah.
So high energy to open it up. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I'll go through everyone here. Zach Summerfield,
I don't know who
Brianna
that
Benozich, Anthony Chase, Will Ritz, Matt Hyams, Jess Kovacs, Michael Mack,
Oh,
Josh Ryan, Jason Thompson, Joey Bell, Dylan Weeks, Bill Matson, Mario Colavita, and Nick Adams, who I'm a big Nick Adams guy.
I
like
gotta
that.
be honest. I don't know most of the people on this list.
That's fine.
That's
Don't-
how
yeah,
that's how it
completely
always
fine.
goes.
I
And
gotta
then
be
you
honest.
show
I
up,
do
and then
know
it's like
Mike
this
Mack.
guy.
I have to look at this again.
Unfortunately,
Oh,
you know, Mike.
Yeah,
Anthony
unfortunately.
Chase is the new darling of the scene. Anthony Chase.
I'm a fan
I
of
like
Chase.
Anthony
He and I get
Chase.
along.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was shocked the other day to find out that I'm not old. That I said I was still in my 20s.
Really?
And he's like, "What?" But not in a bad way. You know, his girlfriend just left him. He talks about it. It's
Oh,
good.
Poor guy.
I know.
good.
It's insane.
Maybe he'll go through it. Maybe he should.
Michael Mack, what a nasty boomer that
What a
guy
guy.
is. Yeah, that
Yeah,
Michael Mack.
I said he should change something out of his set, and he's going to overthink it. He's not going to advance because of me. That's why I think he's not going to advance.
Yeah, him and his pea brain.
Yes.
That piece of shit. What the fuck does he know?
He
about
he
anything?
DM'd me thinking I was Steve Kane the other night, replying to the GoFundMe.
Yes,
Oh, that's
yes.
so funny. That
That's
is
hilarious.
just booming out to the maximum.
So are we picking three people to advance each night, right?
Oh, I wasn't even thinking of that. Yeah, we could do that. I like
Our
that.
picks,
now.
our picks.
Ooh,
All right.
oh my goodness.
This is gonna
So,
be
I mean, you
a
guys
lot
have,
of nights.
I have 2 picks. I'm trying to think.
Let me
Every
pull up.
night I'm picking 3 people I don't know.
That's
Okay.
fair.
I'm gonna pull up the list here. Let's see.
No, I know Josh Ryan and Michael Mack.
Yeah,
me
tell
too.
Josh to get you a Band-Aid.
Joey Bell's a New York comic who put me on a show before. So
Yeah, I know Joey too. He's a good guy.
yeah.
He likes the shmee.
Mhm.
Joe likes the shmee.
Who
Dylan
do- who
Weeks,
doesn't?
he's Chase's partner.
Mar-
Weeks and Chase.
Don't they live together? They moved from North Carolina, I think.
Oh yeah, they're inbred
Oh.
hillbillies.
Wow.
That's hot.
good.
Who?
Anthony Chase and Dylan Weeks. They're nice
Oh.
guys. I had some
Mario Colavita.
beers
I know.
near them.
Bill Matson too. I know him.
I don't know Bill
Matson. I
Matson.
don't
Bill
know
He's like
Matson's
an older
old,
guy.
old
He goes
guy.
to Ortlieb's
Oh,
a
he
lot.
was there this
He was there on
Tuesday. Yeah,
Tuesday.
yeah.
Yeah, he's like an older
Okay.
guy.
Oh, he's not going to advance.
He'll say the N word during his abs. I hope.
Really?
Probably. I hope.
I
so.
don't
No,
know.
he's like a
so
sweet
he's
old
one of
guy.
my
I don't
picks.
know.
He's
Yeah,
one of my
yeah.
picks for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you my 3.
I feel bad picking.
Oh, you can
Yeah.
abstain.
You know what I mean? I might abstain. 'Cause if I
Abstain.
pick, you know what I mean? Is that a pussy move?
No.
No.
Is that me
Well,
playing
Matt's
politics?
not going on
I
because
play
he's too old
politics.
and gross. Looking at this, same for Josh. Matt and Josh are old and gross.
I'll go. No. My picks. I'm going Fry Guy.
Yeah.
I'll go Josh Ryan, and I'm gonna go Brianna Benzich because she's the only woman. No, I don't know. I don't know.
Is this who we think is this? We're
This
doing
who
who
thinks
we
advancing?
think, right? Not who we're cheering for. Because I'm not cheering for Mac.
Okay, well, I go Fry Guy. I'll go Josh Ryan, and I'll go. No, I'll go Jess Kovacs because she's going later than Brianna.
Oh yeah, the most recent woman and most recent black guy usually do move on.
Mm.
With that in mind, I'll pick Chase, that most recent black guy, Nick Adams, and if he's saying the N-word, I'll pick Bill Matson.
Are you guys?
Obviously, I want Michael Mack is who I pick.
Yeah,
I
I
pick
will.
Michael.
Michael Mack.
I know.
Michael
He's going to
Mack.
hear that and get hurt. I
know
went through
he is,
all
I
that
know.
just to
Well,
fuck.
let's-
That's why I was like, I don't want to.
Let's put a caveat that we're not being 100% serious with these.
No,
picks.
this is
Some
all.
Oh, I
of them-
am.
Some of them are
I
for
hate
the-
everybody.
are for
No,
the-
everybody I say I hate.
Now, are you guys doing? Joe, are you doing picks or no?
I'll do picks. Yeah,
Do
but
picks.
mine'll be a little cheeky picks. I'm not being.
No,
you
we
know,
love cheekiness
I'm
here.
not going to bet my.
Joe G loves the cheek.
I love the cheeks. I
He
clap
loves
the cheeks.
Some cheeky behavior from the sodomite.
Yes, yeah.
I'm just co-signing everything everybody
All
else
right, I'll
says.
say
That's
maybe,
my-
this is just who knows, Fry Guy maybe, Anthony Chase. I like the hair, I'd sniff it. Jason Thompson too, because he's an attractive man
don't
of
know
color.
who's he?
Jason Thompson, some Jersey guy. I don't know. Don't know
I
him.
know.
All right.
All right, now we move on to the next night, May 28th. Host Connor Lutz again. We have number one, Jeff Lawson. I'll just read through them at the beginning again. Amanda B., Risa Jordan, David Dingwall. We know him. He's the lawyer. Wait, no, that's Douglas Dolphman.
Yeah, Douglas Dolphin. You guys know Douglas Dolphin?
No.
No, he's a
sounds like a
lawyer.
fake
met
I was
him
going to
for-
say that's a lawyer. That's
met
a
him
lawyer
fake
name.
name.
What's that? No, he's a comic and lawyer.
Wow.
I met him. He was on my first night of Funniest I ever
Douglas
did.
Dolphin, like the animal?
Dolphman.
Dolphin.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is like when you play through like 8 seasons of Madden, and then in the draft,
Yeah.
names are coming
Yeah,
up.
It's like an NPC and like some sort of
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Then we have Noah Houlihan, and we have Jay Maple Shady,
Mm.
Breach Laney, Darius Fogey, Cynthia Haskins, Marcos Montana.
I believe
Jake
that
Lipinski.
switched with Holly
Yeah,
Huff.
her and Holly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cynthia Haskins,
Holly switch.
Marcos Montana. So what a big downgrade that was from Marcos to Holly.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Jake Lipinski, John Bryce, Jabari Saeed, and then somebody else who I can't.
Oh,
Jared
Jared
Silverman.
That's a good night. No,
No.
well, I would just mean
I don't even
couldn't-
know these guys though.
I couldn't pick who was gonna go through.
Well, listen.
I'll go Risa Jordan.
Oh, for Risa for sure.
I love my Risa.
All women: Risa Jordan, Holly, Laney. That's my pick.
Wow.
Okay.
No.
And I like Lipinski and
Come on.
Bryce. They're great. They're great guys.
Bryce
No.
murdered at Ortlieb's the other.
Yeah, he
Bryce
did.
is a
I'll
nice
go
guy.
Fucking
Risa,
crushed.
Risa Bryce, and let's see, maybe Cynthia Haskins, because I think John Kensel will rig it behind the scenes.
You,
Oh,
you think
yes.
he'll be
Oh, is
wheeling
that
and
his
dealing?
girlfriend?
Yeah,
I
that's
believe
right.
so. Yeah, you
She's
think he'll be
depraved,
wheeling
too.
and dealing?
Here's the thing. I'm not writing down my edits yet. I need to lock in. But I'll go.
We didn't need anything to edit yet.
Okay, good. Okay. I'm gonna go Preach, Lipinski, and I'll go Cynthia Haskins for this one.
That's fair. That's a very fair.
Who did I say? I'm picking all women: Risa, Holly, and however Laney identifies.
Yeah, I could see Holly going through also.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
change my
yeah,
pick from. I forgot. I keep thinking Marcos on the
Yeah,
slate.
Yeah.
maybe I'll go to
I'll
Holly
go-
as well.
Yeah, I'll go Preach.
Wait, no. If you're all putting her on, then I'm taking her off.
Okay,
Then I pick Bryce. No, Holly, Risa. I mean, the women. This is a woman's night. I'll tell you.
I am woman. Hear me roar.
June 2nd. This is hosted again by Connor Lutz. We've got Mike Hoff, Dennis Vosge, who has better hair than anyone on this show.
True.
Very true.
Ebony Moore, Sean Taft, Pete Stacks, John Kensel, Mary Haggerty, Susan Kaiser, Steve Bickle, Puke Kincaid, Daniel Wolf, Ron Vincent, Brother Isaiah, Noah Burr, Ziad K.
You know I'm going Ziad K, Daniel
Yeah.
Wolf, and Mary Hack. No, I don't know.
This is the defensive line on the Bengals.
Yeah.
This is
Lukey's
tough.
got a good spot.
Yeah, Luke, you're good
10th
at
is a
Don't-
great
10th
spot.
is great,
It
yeah.
might- yeah.
10th is great.
Here's
you-
the problem though. At 11, Dan Wolf, aka
Epstein, yeah.
he's a wild card.
Wait,
Yeah.
He
wait,
is,
I
yeah.
don't know.
He crushed on one of my
Oh, he
nights.
was there.
And
He ran the
he
light,
ran the
right?
light.
Yeah.
though,
Oh, he
probably would've-
murdered last
Same
night.
set
He-
every
he
year.
does the same thing
Sam
every year.
Sam
and
Wolf's
crushes.
uncle, by the way.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out the great Sam Wolf.
Yeah, we've got Bickle, Kincaid, Wolf in a row. That's a bunch of gooners
What
if
a
I've
line.
ever
That
fucking
is-
seen them. I'll pick Luke Kincaid, John Kensel,
You're too kind.
Susan Kaiser.
Yeah, Lukey's going through.
I'll go Luke. I'll
I'm
go.
not going through.
I'll go Steve Bickle because that's my.
Actually,
that's my-
take John off. Noah's going through. I forgot Noah's on this night.
Oh,
I'm picking
no,
Noah.
Noah's great too.
Noah the Burr.
I'll go Luke, Steve Bickle, and Sean Tiff. I like Sean
Oh,
Tiff. Yeah,
okay.
he made a nice little promo.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pick myself.
Pick yourself.
No, me and Ebony went through last year. I'm gonna go.
Oh, yeah,
Ebony,
Ebony's really
Moore.
good, too. That's a
Oh,
good night.
shit, I forgot about that too. Yeah.
I'll go
she's great.
Ebony Moore, and I'll go Steve Bickle, and I'll pick myself. Actually, I will pick myself.
That's a
That's
good-
not
yeah.
allowed.
Not allowed. I go
Take
Daniel.
it the fuck back right
I'll go
now,
Susan
Lukey.
Kaiser then. How
Okay,
about
that's
that?
better.
That's my next pick.
You got-
Well, if Luke and Ebony don't get your black juices flowing, the next night, June 3rd, also hosted by Connor Lutz, we're starting off with a heck of a black pairing. They call this the prison cell. No, this is we've got Bucky Carson, we've got Rasheed Wesley Jr., we've got John P. Tyrell, Brian Fennell, we have Sarah the Craig, we have Rafa Mir, Mike Hoover, Danny Hicks, Patrick Romo, Marcos Montana now switch with Holly, Frank Sobchak, Kira Birdie, Tony Dreadful, Kate Flanagan, and Matt Burkett. Burkett.
I don't know half the people on this.
Who's
line.
Tony Dreadful?
Anthony Sparango is he used to go by Tony Dreadful.
Tony Dreadful.
He
We met him at Common on
Yeah,
the Crick 5 years
Oh.
ago.
he's in the
Wow.
group with
Sparango?
Epstein and Douglas Dolphin.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
they're
Oh,
like
okay.
the three
That's a
stooges.
good night too. I mean, there's a lot of people
Yes.
that could.
All right,
Raph, I do
Oh.
love Raph.
Oh,
Big
Raph.
Raph and
Raph
the
will
Craig back
crush.
to
Sarah,
back
yeah,
is as good as
Sarah.
it
I
gets.
got to go Sarah
Raph and
Craig.
the Craig will. Yeah.
Sarah Craig, Raph, and I think maybe Pat Romo. I would go.
Ooh, that's good. That's good too.
Although Sheed is on there too.
Yeah, that's.
I would
that's
go
good
Sarah
also.
Craig, Raph, Pat Romo as well.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah.
I'll pick Sarah Craig, Raph, Kira Birdie. Most recent
Also
woman.
fair.
You think they're gonna pick two women though?
Yeah, I think it's possible. I think it's very
Well,
like.
Brad makes it three.
And they're both fine. Kira's pretty popular. She's everywhere.
Jeez.
True. I mean, it's tough. It's gonna be tough.
That's a tough night.
And I, dear God, and we love Romo. Yes, we do.
We do.
He's one of the more you tell him you like the guy, the less he thinks you do. So I'm gonna tell him I like
We
him.
love Pat Romo, folks.
Yeah.
Our
No, I
favorite
love Pat.
Chicano.
All right,
He's from Mexico, folks. He's so bad.
it's bad. It's really
They're
bad.
sending him back if he doesn't go through.
What are those
All right.
bad hombres?
All right, I want Joe to read off this next one. We can finally break from white host. We finally get to David James, who you wouldn't know it by his name or voice, but
Okay,
he's black.
David James. Okay, we love you, David James. All right.
I want.
I don't know what that was. I just had an aneurysm. All right. So 6'9" at 7:30, host David James. Then we have Todd Schaefer, Desi, Brandon Burrow, Mittens.
Mittens, folks.
They love the mittens.
Keep your
folks.
hands warm.
Maddie Cooper, Dennis B, Lisa the teacher.
That's Joe's favorite of probably the whole.
Yeah.
contest.
Then we got another teacher right after Lisa. We got Jay Yoder, Davey Bowe, Rajiv Boudram, Maeve Hanisi.
Oh, she's Italian now.
Maeve Hanese. It's the David James night. We got a
You
Mave.
gotta watch your mouth when you.
Yeah, right.
And
Your mouth, Joe G.
Then we have
That's what
June,
we call him.
June Calais after Maeve. Eric Preston, Barry S. Naylor, and George Miller.
Barry Naylor's really good. I like
I
Barry.
like Barry,
Good dude.
I gotta put Lisa the teacher in mind just for
Yeah,
that
I
name.
know.
Yep,
I'd vote
I don't
for-
know who
for
it
her.
is. I'm picking Lisa the teacher, picking John Keller,
John
Please
Keller,
don't.
of course.
Please,
Lisa,
please don't.
John.
Brendan Burrow. I
well,
like Burrow.
I mean, looking at this lineup,
It's a tough one.
it's Jay Yoder's definitely going through.
Oh yeah, I forgot Yoder's on this. Picking Yoder
Oh, yeah,
too.
yeah.
Jay
Yoder,
Yoder's going
Keller, and
through.
Brendan for me. I can't pick Lisa
Who
the
else is
teacher.
there? I mean, Barry's pretty good. I'll pick Barry. Jay. I mean, John, I want you to advance, but
There's no shot.
then there's Mittens.
Yeah, I gotta
I
look
don't
out
know.
for mittens.
I'm gonna go
And
Jay.
you're gonna be up there with exposed fingers.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Yoder, Barry, Mittens. That's my pick.
Wow. Now that
Not
you,
gloves, folks. Mittens.
I'm glad you three are done now. I don't have to be fake anymore and
Yeah.
pretend that I think you guys are any good. No. All right, we're moving on. That
Wait,
one
wait,
was
I didn't
so-
give mine. I'll go John.
I'm sorry, Joe.
I don't think. John, Lisa the teacher, and then
George Miller could go through.
I'll go George. Yeah,
A
George.
finalist
I
last
like
year,
George.
I believe.
Yeah, yeah, George.
Yeah. Oh yeah. George is George. I
George.
like George.
Now, this is the 16th of June.
It's so good they had to wait a week after that. one.
Yes,
'Cause of
yes.
that.
We'll be reeling
This is
from
the
it.
lineup we have on the 16th. Ray Koba, Michael Johnson, Medina, Radoff Tamara.
So it's all black people.
No, Brooke Tomlinson, Lauren and Gino, Jermaine Jones, Becky Z, Abhi, Jim Flaherty, Sean Kelly, Delia Amendolia, Mr. Young, Matt Peoples, and Rob Boyd.
Ooh.
Who's Mr. Young?
Who's Matt Peoples?
He's old. Matt Peoples is definitely going through.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta
Matt
go Matty
Peoples.
Boy on
The
that.
powers that be at Helium set this up so you
Mike
can
Parsons.
very
They're
easily.
calling him Mike Parsons.
Mike Parsons. He'll go through Mike Parsons.
I think it's Matt, and then I went to I think Matt Medina 100% are going through.
Oh yeah, Medina's great.
But and then I'm gonna go Ray Koba,
Ooh.
Yeah.
Koba, Medina, and Matt Peoples. That's my pick.
I like that.
I'll agree. I think that's a good. Although Ray Koba going first, that's uphill battle. So I might go.
You'll remember Ray
I think-
Koba.
They'll remember Ray, but
Yeah, Ray will go up.
Becky Z might go
Oh,
first.
Becky
Z
she's
went
hilarious. She'll definitely
went
go
through
through.
last-
I never met her before.
Asian.
Was she in the finals last year?
Oh, I can't remember. I'm Asian. I can do that. If I don't specify which type of Asian, I'm allowed to make fun
That
of
is
Asians
true. You-
abroad.
That makes sense to me.
Mhm.
I agree. I think you can. Anybody else have anything else to say? But I want to say
I got to pick my three. Becky, Medina. Who the fuck? Whoever. Matt, Delia, Sean
who
Kelly.
cares?
Sean Kelly, I think, will go through.
I like Sean. He's nice.
I don't. No, yeah, kid, I do like him. He's a nice guy.
He booked me. That's all it takes. You
Oh,
win
yeah,
me
yeah.
over for
Yeah,
life.
No, I like Sean.
I
I like
agree.
Sean. I get along.
Does not take much.
Yeah.
Now we're getting to the real nitty gritty with this next, because now we're getting in the very next night, the 17th.
Who's hosting this night?
That's Mr. Do you want to sing it together? Mr. Bruce Springsteen.
You
Can't start a table.
Can't
Can't start a table without a spark. Jeremy Rubin, Rick Rubin's son, who produced that album. Zaid Dohan.
It's Jade, actually.
Yeah.
Hey.
Andrew Boss. I think he's a
Boss
descendant
man.
of Hitler, I
The
think.
boss man.
Pops Leonard. What is it? Fucking gray pube night?
Nursing home
stars
outing
are
at
out,
night.
yeah.
And then no pubes from cancer treatment, Christian Schoeneck.
Oh, we love John, folks.
Jew pubes in a curly hair and Sam Wolf at Lou Miziano. Then Stan, Earl Kennedy, Daniel Coachram, Ben Staub, the criminal who climbed up that pole and got arrested for
Oh
it.
yeah, for
I,
illegal,
naughty,
for the
naughty.
Eagles.
I don't know. I didn't know they let criminals in this. The guy's actually a jailbird, and they're letting him be in this comic. They should call it Cell Block C Silius for Ben. Chris Cusack, Emmerich Z, and then this last person. I can't tell if this is a name or a strategy to make it through the night. Pray.
Hey. Mark
birds
Mark
of prey.
Wellborn would love that one, right?
Yeah, the altar boy. Ooh, we're gonna be praying for some humor here, and I don't think we'll get it.
Break
Yeah,
the
All
but-
right,
Yes.
I'm gonna go Alejandro, because me and him
Okay.
we've had some good nights out in the neighborhood, and he's a
Oh.
funny guy.
What do you mean, you and him? I've been
And
there.
well, Otis
Yeah,
too.
we-
I was
went out.
I was in on those sessions with Alejandro.
We were just in the neighborhood.
Well, you guys
Wait,
were
wait.
implicitly included in that. Pop Smear Leonard, I'll go as well. Pop Smear Leonard.
Can Luke, can you give your reaction to when I told you we were going to the neighborhood last? You were just like, I just don't like it. He went.
Threw holy water on
You guys
it.
remember when I was doing at the gay bar with somebody in drag?
Oh yeah, with your chin.
Somebody like it was a lot of people in drag there, and like we would be at the table and they would walk by and I would just go.
I forgot about that. You
Young
guys
Bull
start doing that every time we're
Diabolico.
there.
I know, it's very funny.
This is a pretty decent night.
This is a good night.
Yeah, I go Alejandro Pops, and I'll go.
I'm going. Oh, go ahead, Joe. Sorry.
Let's do Zaid.
Ooh, I'm going. At least I'm putting my hat in the ring for Chomik. That's my. guy.
Yeah, I forgot Chomic's
yeah.
on there. Yeah.
We love Chomik, folks.
Wolf Morales Boss.
Mmm.
I'll go Morales, Chomik, Zayd Dohan.
Wow.
Yep.
I could see anybody going through. Really,
Yeah, that's
honestly.
a decent
That's a
night.
stacked lineup.
Yeah, the boss man as well.
I don't know like
My
four of these people
coworker,
though. I
Andrew
don't
Boss.
know Prey,
Who-
Emmerich Z.
Not to do a shameless plug, but Lukey's on our next show.
Oh yeah,
June
very nice.
13th.
Very nice.
13th,
yes.
I have to come to
Lukey's
that.
on.
Joe,
Yeah,
you
it'll be a
wanna go?
great time.
I gotta
Great
get out of the
lineup.
East.
Oh, yeah,
but
the
yeah,
East.
but I could probably come.
Sorry for the shameless plug there.
No. I'm on the show. You
Yeah.
plug away. Then next night, the 21st, the prelim with Carlos back hosting. We have 1 through 15. Dave Shea, Shayna Horton, Deary, Michael Beavers, Jeremy Smerling, Del Gold, Brody Martin, Alessandro Reale, Rory Diggs, Gene Meyer, Jules Posner, Ashley Salazar, Monica, Jennifer Hoffmaster, and Joe.
He
I'm
wanted
going to
a-
go Ashley Salazar,
a better
Jules
night.
Posner, and Shayna Horton.
I could see Shayna, yeah.
I switched out once. I'm gonna go. Well, God. Actually, fuck that. I'm picking Gene Meyer. Picking Monica. Picking Fallon. I'm a Fallon fan. So I am
instead
picking
of
two
Beavers.
women.
All right. I'm pretty sure that the last person on this list might be them mistakenly putting me on there twice.
Oh.
Because there's literally somebody named Joe without any last name. And
Not Joe Gay. Just
I've never
Joe.
seen anybody sign up as Joe.
Yeah.
Just without. So I think maybe because I go by G, they may have accidentally like dropped the G and then
Oh.
put me on there twice. I'm gonna
They
email
put
them
me
about
on
it.
there
But
twice before.
yeah, so that I'm
Put
gonna
me
double
on
check.
once as,
You should just
Otis
do both.
Timlin once.
Yeah, maybe I'll just show up for
Yeah,
both,
just
and then
see
if
what both
whatever
do.
happens. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go. Let's see. I'm gonna go Gene Meyer, Jules Posner, and Ashley Salazar. My my E's girly.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
Speak
Ashley.
Easy. Great
All right,
leg, folks.
Next
great leg.
night, we have the 26th, 13 comics. Kill Bill Kelleher, Tommy Kane, TJ Lee, She Real Watts, Gregory Augustine, Aaron Schwartzbaum, Dave Collins, Pat Padrak, Maroney, Ryan Rins, Vincent Zulfikar Ali,
Whoa.
Lauren, these are the worst fucking names. Lauren Dillier McKinney,
Is this the cast of the Cosby Show?
Sean McLoone, and Cortez.
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 I don't know.
He killed
like
the Aztecs.
How is the
Sean
only
McLoone
person with
comes
a
to
normal
hide out.
name an Asian guy named TJ Lee?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm picking TJ Ree. I'm picking McLuhan, and I think only 2 are going to go on this night.
Yeah.
No, no.
Probably.
They said if there's 10 or more that on a night, then
Oh,
3. I
really?
think, or 10 or 11 or more.
Damn, if
so.
I got on like an 11
Well, I'll
person
go-
night,
Dave
I'd be going
Collins.
through that.
I'll go
Good.
TJ Lee, Dave Collins, and I'll go Cortez.
I'll go TJ Lee, Ryan Rins, and Sean McLoone.
He's gonna resell his spot on eBay.
I'll buy it, Ryan. If you're
Yeah,
selling,
hey,
I'll
Ryan,
buy it.
if you're selling, I'm buying.
You give me a good price, and
Amen
it's
to that.
mine.
Amen to that.
Jesus Christ.
Did we all
And
give
Sean McLuhan, we love Sean McLuhan.
We
here,
love
folks.
Sean.
Who is? I never met that guy either.
He comes to Speakeasy. He came. to
Oh,
my
you
note a couple
he's
weeks
like
ago.
his celebrity equivalent is probably George Kittle.
Okay.
Sean
Oh,
McLoone.
I've met him before. Yeah,
He's,
I
a,
know
he's a
exactly
handsome.
who you're
He's a
talking
handsome guy. That Sean
about.
McLoone.
He dresses very well. Next
Look
night
out, Sean.
we have July 2nd. These are the two.
This night's not bad.
Starting off, we have the 2 shortest comics in the history of comedy: VJ Preziosi and Little Joe.
Bow.
Little Joe is actually a foot taller than VJ. If you guys didn't know that. And then we have Sarah Hansen, Justin Doyle, Dylan Tucker, Staxnificent, Shannon, Nick Flint, Nicole Van Driss, Chris Alio, Liam Katz, Meredith Steyer, Luke Brown, Tommy Mavra, Mike Borko.
I'm a big Liam Katz guy.
Yeah, he's good. I like
Liam
him.
I
Katz
like
is
I
him.
never met him.
He's great.
He runs the temple thing. the
Yeah,
temple show.
young guy, very young guy.
I'm
Yeah,
going to
he's
go
great.
VJ Preziosi. I'm going to go Dylan Tucker. And I'm going to go Meredith Steyer.
Dylan's one of the funniest fucking guys I know.
Dylan is great. Yeah, he
He's
used
Dylan-
to.
Dylan,
and
so is VJ. VJ and Dylan are 2 of the funniest fuckers around.
Dylan used to sell crack. Fun fact. We love
did,
Dylan.
yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Good for him.
Step on a crack, now your mother's black.
that happened to me. That's why I date what I date. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Look what I'm doing to my body. Look at me.
Fuck you, mom. All right, I'm gonna go Dylan Tucker, Sarah Hansen, my E's girly, and then let's see, Liam Katz.
VJ, Dylan, Tommy Mavra. Although I like Luke Brown a lot too.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's
Luke
a good
Brown's
night.
cool.
Yeah, that's not bad. And then next night we got
Wait, Luke, who did you pick?
I forgot who I picked. I picked VJ, I picked Dylan, I picked Meredith.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
All right, July 6th, Ryan Rowe, Brandon Mitchell, Paul Carson, London Duran, Chris McElroy, Jim Lynch. That's Hollywood.
Hollywood.
That's Holly's favorite comic, Jim Lynch. Ty Wood, Hypnotic Soul,
Ooh.
Jake Tamara, Dennis Marr, Derek Adger, Jamie Pappas, Garrett Monaco, Will Craig, and Naked Eddie.
They're actually gonna lynch Hypnotic Soul.
I might have to go Hypnotic Soul.
That's
with
last
something
year.
in.
Last year, fucking Medina followed a guy named Bobby Whips, and it said Bobby Whips Medina, and I said to her, not on my watch, never.
Will Craig will be tying the news.
Yeah. Well, what if they ask, who will help us? Will Craig? Yes.
Yes.
And then he does it.
Who's gonna tie the wood?
Yeah. Paul Carson, one of the
course.
funniest around.
A gem.
Yeah, I got my picks: Paul Carson, Ty Wood, Will Craig.
Those are mine as well.
Yeah,
We love
solid.
Will. We got to get Will Craig in here. I'm a
he'd
big
be
Will
great.
Craig fan.
I gotta
Yeah.
disagree. I gotta go London Duran. Pop. No, I don't know.
Ooh.
Puppy.
I'm gonna
I'm a
go.
London fan.
No, I like London.
I like France.
I'm gonna go Ty Wood, Will Craig. That's it.
Wow.
You're like picking two.
Abstaining.
it. I
Abstaining
abstain from the
third vote.
remainder.
I like that.
No reason.
Wow.
Who did you pick?
No one.
Big Queen, so much drama with them.
Wow. We should have
All right.
known.
Can I read this one?
Yes, yes.
Can I read this one? I just want to read this one specifically. I'll say what I want to say after I go through all the names. We got the host, Tata Sharice, of course. Then Reday, Granville Bazemore, Nathan Ingram, Jamie Fitzpatrick.
Wait, you skipped one though.
You skipped one.
There's one before this, but just finish.
Oh, I did. No, I fucked it up. Did I go? I went too far. All right, I'll do this one then. Never mind. Joel Legatt, Logan Mallon, Gabe Nathans, Usman Habib,
baby folks.
Eppolite Lavelle, George Bruderman, Jay the Addict,
Good stage.
My brother.
George Mills, Dana Sheratonchik, Max Runner, gotta be black, Drew Montana, Chelsea Lauren, Nat Murray, Frank Neblett, Tiz
Targaryen.
Targaryen.
Is that Game of Thrones type
Game
shit?
of Thrones fan.
He's flying in
That's
on a
like
dragon.
that old guy from the Vikings, Jeff Kleinsauce, where they could be Vikings together.
I'm gonna go. I'll go Eppolite Lavelle. I'll go Dana Charantonchik. Dana Luka Doncic, I call her.
Oh yeah, Dana Luka
And
Doncic.
Drew Montana.
I'll pick Eppolite, Dana, and my karaoke friend, the great Logan Mallon.
Okay.
And Nat, actually take Dana off, put Nat in, because I like men.
I'll go Logan. I'll go Drew, and I'll go Nat Murray. Only Nat Murray had a really funny line at Wet Mic on Tuesday because there was this there was some woman who introduced herself. She was like she was a white woman acting black. I can't say the word. They were outlawed.
Oh,
from
you
that.
talking about the kinky John?
that kinky John?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that kinky
that
John.
kinky John went up and did a set about having the soul sucked out of her pussy, and then Nat Murray went up later on and was like it was funny hearing a light skinned black man in a ghetto white bitch's body.
Well, then he'd love the sick ghouls. And that's another one we got to get on. He's a good nigga. All right, now I'm going to go on my rant about this other guy. Did we all pick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hear that one? What night are we at now? We're at the 7-8.
7-8.
All right. Reday, Granville Bazemore, which is the name I wanted to go off on because I have no idea who the fuck this is. Nathan Ingram, Jamie Fitzpatrick, Morgan O'Hare, Chuck Gibson, Steve Kane, Artemis Werikis,
Wow.
Good Samaritan. I should have worn my glasses. Good Samaritan. I guess now Mike Beavers because of right. That's when Fallon
Yeah.
puts
I
out.
think so. Yeah.
Frank Kemp, Derek Chauvin Brannigan, Sean Murphy, Drew Garrison, Hamira.
That's a good night.
You know what
That
I
is a
might
good
pick?
night.
I might pick Siobhan, Sean, Drew. Those are my three all in a row.
No Steve Kane?
Wow.
Yeah, no Steve Kane. You fucker. He's going to comedy
I
school.
didn't
What
even
if
know.
he
I
started?
honestly
Yeah.
forgot he was on the lineup.
He has to start training.
We
I
love the
guess.
Kemper.
I'll go Siobhan,
This
Drew.
is as stacked a night as there
Siobhan,
is.
Drew.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
Steve.
Artemis, come on.
Come on to us.
Chucky on that night too.
Yeah, Chucky's on there.
I'm not
I
a
love
Jad guy.
I love Chuck, but Chuck has a tendency to go over the light. That's the problem.
I'm more of a Campbell guy as well.
And then we have Sean Murphy, future guest of the show, right? Luke?
Yeah.
And we have
We'll figure that out one day.
we have Granville Bazemore. Is that a fucking sausage company? What the fuck is the what the fuck kind of name?
It
That's
sounds like a-
auto-generated NBA 2K name.
It sounds like
That's
an
like a-
ottoman from IKEA. You know how they make those weird names?
That sounds like a butcher in a J.K. Rowling.
Oh my God, Granville Bazemore, and watch the
Um,
guy go up there and be the funniest fucker there's
Yeah.
ever been, or
That
something
sounds
to
like
show
a
me.
minor
All
league.
right, I'm gonna
black
go
baseball
Steve
player.
Kane for me. Then I'm gonna go Sean Murphy and then Good Samaritan. Good Samaritan, just because something about the face paint,
You like?
it
Who
does
did you
something.
pick?
Does
Oh,
something
that's
for
Good
me.
Samaritan.
Good Samaritan is
paint
face
guy.
paint
Oh,
guy.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
about the
yeah.
face paint that
Wow.
really.
Who are your picks?
Good Samaritan,
Murphy.
Steve Kane, and Sean Murphy.
Well, it looks like Good Samaritan's trying to curry some favor with the spelling of his name, because it sounds like it's Ghouls Samaritan. Like a Jew last name. Hello there, I paint my
I'll pick-
face.
I picked Chuck, Steve, and Beavers.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
that's
Beavers
good.
is
I
on
like
there. Yeah,
that.
Beavers will
With
go
respect to
through.
Sean Murphy too, because he could go
Yeah.
on as well. It's just the way
Yeah,
things
he's
will work.
Anybody can go on, obviously.
Yeah, these are all. a
Yeah, this
crapshoot.
is all.
Then we get to Hack Night.
Yeah.
Let's Oh yeah, we I forgot we didn't do yours yet. It was just the other Joe. That
Yeah, well, we
Yeah, yeah.
prefaced it in the beginning a
yeah.
little bit.
Oh yeah, we guess that's right.
We didn't get to the nitty gritty.
All right, Tata hosting, right?
All right, yeah.
Joe G, Brandon Dunbar, Campbell Gibson, Austin Whitehead, Tyler Rothrock, Bree Smiley, Cody Wright, Sean O'Shaughnessy, Randy Spencer, Perry Block, Marcus LeVar, Kevin Carrier, Kirk
Jesus.
Griffiths, Big Rick, Patrick Murphy. That's a great lineup.
That is the
Great
most stacked
For the most
lineup,
part.
That
right?
is-
Yeah, I would
outside of a
say.
couple.
Yeah.
And
But the first six, I mean,
Dunbar
are-
is just
are
a
fun.
fucking hack.
Well, yeah, Dunbar, of course. Yeah.
All right, Joe G, Brandon Dunbar, Campbell Gibson.
That's
That's who, if I
controversial.
still voted at these things, which I still. For those who don't know, I don't vote anymore because someone ripped my sheet out of my hand one year and said, "You put me fifth," and I said, "I'm never voting again." So
I
Um,
think I gotta go Sean O on this.
Yeah, I would go.
least.
Austin Whitehead. I think I would go Sean O and maybe Marcus LeVar. I don't think I'm going because I'm going first. You know, that's an uphill battle. I'm self-aware.
I
so.
could see Cody Wright sneaking.
Cody
in as
Wright
well.
could do.
Cody Wright's very funny as well.
Yeah, I could see him.
Kirk
sneaking
Griffiths
in.
is awesome.
Kirk Griffiths,
is
I'm
really
picking to
good.
go through. He's very good. He has a good spot.
Yeah, take Dunbar off mine. Put Griffiths on.
I'll
Dunbar's
go
off.
O'Shaughnessy and I'll go Joe G.
Is Patrick Murphy PJ Murphy at the bottom, or is
Oh, that's a good question.
he signed up as Patrick Murphy?
There's another Patrick Murphy. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a good question though.
I think PJ would be signed up as PJ.
Did
though.
we all
Yeah.
did we all pick who's
Yeah,
going through?
I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, Joe Campbell, Kirk for me.
All right.
Oh, Perry Block is funny too.
I
He's,
like Perry Block.
he's-
David James is hosting. I'm going to be at Fish this night, so I don't have to go fucking watch this. Darren Moore, Sandra Doss, Will Rodriguez, Matthew Liam, who we love, Jake Batman, who's really funny.
I saw him at White
Yeah.
Mike for the first time. He's funny as shit.
Yeah,
Batman. I
yeah.
don't think I
he
knew.
does intellectual humor because his real name, I guess, is Batman.
Oh,
So
I don't
like
think I
that,
know.
that's the trade-off. You can't go up there and do dumb stoner humor, and no one will
When
believe
name-
you're.
Yeah.
Tom Cox, Eric Berry, Guy SL, Chris Bacchus, Cab Washington, Colin Browning, Rich Torello, Josh Martier. We all know his mantra. Andrew Gaffigan, who I'm a fan of, and then Gary Sharp.
Well, I'm gonna go.
Josh has got to go through.
I go Sandra Doss. No, I won't.
Liam, I'm going Liam.
I'll go
for
Matt
sure.
Liam. No, I'll go Sandra Doss. I'll go Matt Liam. I'll go Josh Mortier.
I like Josh, nice enough guy.
I'll go.
Lets me say the N word.
He followed Joe after at Wet Wing. I go, how do you look more gay than Joe?
That was funny.
Did he laugh?
I didn't say it to him.
I like Josh. Yeah, nice.
I like Josh. I'm gonna go Matt Liam, Andrew Gaffigan, and Josh Marty.
I'll do Liam Gaffigan and Jake Batman.
Oh yeah, Batman.
7:20.
Forgot about him.
Do you want to change?
No, I'll stick with Marty.
Okay, 7:20 at 4 p.m. Tata Sharice hosting. First 1 through 14. Cameron Hartman, Chino DeLeon, Steph K, Scooter Wilkinson, Susie Stein, John Nagel, Gabe Linder, George Blaha, Anna Gallagher, Felix Baer, John Phillips, Nicholas Balsrow, Jem Seidel, Sean Dugan. I'm going to go Gallagher. I'm going to go Seidel. I'm going to go John Phillips.
Who's John
That's
Phillips?
He
Yeah.
hosts Ladder 15. He's a black comic.
Who was your
He's
first one?
Jem
Gallagher.
Seidel and Anna Gallagher. And
Oh, Gallagher. Right. I'm gonna go Seidel. Dude, Jem Seidel had an amazing set last year. He was really funny.
Jem is hilarious.
Yeah, Jem Seidel, John
Jem?
Phillips, and just because for the hell of my Nagel, I'll go my
Oh, I'm
Nagel.
picking
Ooh.
Nagel,
Nagel.
Jem. I want to pick Scooter, but Anna. Nagel, Jem, and Anna.
all right. 7:21. Spark to Bore. He was on this game show called. You ever hear the show The Floor?
No.
It's like a new game show called The Floor. And my friend Tom does that show after tonight, and he was talking to us about it. He goes, "Yeah, did you see? There was Spark to Bore was on the floor." And I was like, "What happened? Did he overdose?" What the So okay, so it's Justin Bergman, Mike Pond, Bella Rob
Justin
Stant,
Bregman.
Lump, Adam Flick, John Montag, Nicole Spain, Bronson Jones, Alex Bate, Parrish McWhorter, John Hoss James, Flame, Savion Jewett.
We love the Jewett.
We love the Jewets, folks.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a comedy contest you're going for, it's hard to pick against a Jewett.
Right.
I gotta go Montag. I gotta throw my hat in the ring for Johnny Tags on this one.
This is my 3. Flick, Stant, Montag.
I'm gonna go Miss Griffico and Bella Rob. You know.
Bella Rob Stant. That seems to make a joke out of that.
Oh, that is funny, Rob.
That's who I was going to pick too. Rob
No, I
Stant.
mean, I'm gonna go. I guess I'll go Stant, Flick, and I do like Savion Jewett and his bald head. I do like the two of them.
Flame is. I know Flame because she said the N word at a mic one time.
She wears pajamas, right?
Yes.
Jesus.
She wears pajamas, right? Yeah, she does. And the last of the lineups is 22nd of July. Greg's hosted by the great Spark Tibor, found it on the floor.
Life alert time.
It's time for laps. Greg Somerville, Rob Cody, Katarina Shev, Uncle Dud, Boz, Brian Chesky, Albert Davis, Andrew Fox, Jay Sutton, Rachel Barnes, Lakshmi, Rugby G, Sonia Z, and Cash.
Lock me, G, and Z, right in a row.
Between Jay Sutton, Albert Davis, and Lakshmi, we got all the light-skinned blacks on
I
the
know.
show. Yeah, this is another night. Holy fuck.
Albert, I'm going to go Albert Davis. I'm going to go Lakshmi. And I'm going to go Katarina Shev.
We'll do Lakshmi, we'll do Rob Cody, and we'll say Brian Chesky.
Brian Chesky, fellow high school alum with me. We went
Yeah,
to-
yeah.
Oh yeah, you learned that last night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Or,
a great story when he came up to Luke and he's like, "Don't I know you in high school?" And he's like, "Yeah, I think I did." And I said, "Wait a minute, Brian. What made Luke stick out to you at your Catholic school?"
You smoke crack
He's
with
like,
him in the
"Well,
car,
I know-
right? And you mad?
And Luke, well, he said, Luke goes, "You were that tall freshman." And I was like, "Well, I bet there were a lot of tall freshmen there, Brian."
He goes, you were really tall freshman year. I'm like, I was 5'3" freshman year in high school. So,
And black.
You were white at the time,
pretty
right?
much,
Yeah,
yeah.
you tanned a little.
did I do my picks? I believe I did. And I forget though. Okay. Did we? Okay. Joe,
All right, I'm gonna go the Shmee, of course. Then I'm gonna go Al Davis, and then I'm gonna go Rob Cody because he and I did shrooms together out in Tom Fisher's in
Ooh.
Jersey.
That did happen.
That was fun.
Did you go already?
Yeah, I picked Cody, I picked Shmee, and I picked Chesky.
Yeah. I didn't take note of who we picked to advance in the later lineups.
You kept track of it for a while?
No, I didn't take track of it.
Well, it's on video, right? So
Yeah, it's on video. But
we can go
do you
back.
want to make some early predictions? Who's going to win Philly's funniest?
Ooh.
Yes, I'll do it. Matthew Liam, that's my pick.
Wow.
I think Matt Liam's going to win.
That's a
Luke
good
was very angry when I said that
I was
before.
not angry.
He is
I
angry.
was shocked you picked that.
Yeah.
I
I think it could be this guy sitting right here.
Oh,
think it'll be
anybody in
Luke.
this room
I
has a
don't wanna
chance
come
to
on here
win
and
it.
pander, but
Don't
I think
say-
it
I'm
could
not
be
gonna
this
win.
guy right here.
I'm
Me
not going to
excluded,
win.
I guess not being in it, but
Yeah.
you guys, any of you can win. I wouldn't be
No,
surprised.
please. There's no way.
Oh, all right.
I'm looking through these.
Well, at least you two.
It was Tata Sharice last year. Who won it the year before? Was it
Connor. So it's usually a black, white,
Lutz.
black, white.
Lutz? And then
It
before,
was Jamie Wolf, Spark, Lutz, Tata. So now it's up for a white.
yeah,
What's-
white might
well, then-
be a white night.
I think it'll probably, if it's going to be a white, it'll be somebody who's already popular. It'll probably be Rob or Jay.
Stant, Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like Rob to win.
Jay who?
Yoder.
Oh, yeah, there.
Hmm. I'm looking through
Guys.
these names. There's so many.
I'm going to pick Rob Stant, friend of the show. Not because he was only on the Ghouls, but I think Rob Stant's going to win Philly's funniest this
Member
year.
of Ghoul Nation.
Member of Ghoul Nation.
Matthew Liam. Who's your pick, Joe?
Jeremy Smerling.
Wow.
Jeremy, please book me on Derailed again. I know you that I scared off the old women at the country club or wherever it was, but I would like to be back.
We're
on
not
Derailed.
worthy of
No,
him,
I don't.
Joe.
I don't know.
He's
Yeah.
too good for us. He
No,
knows
I'm gonna
humor.
go. I'm gonna go, and this is pandering. This guy is my pal. I gotta go, Matt Peoples. I gotta go,
Matt
Mike
Peoples.
Matt
Persons.
Peoples is
a
a
good
great
guess.
pick.
I gotta go,
Matt
Mike
Peoples is a
Persons.
great pick.
Yeah, I have to.
I would be very happy for Matt.
Yeah, he's been on a tear lately. They love him in Ely.
Oh, I'm a Matt fan.
You know how I'm gonna go? I'll give a caveat though. Only if he uses his GoFundMe money, takes a class. I think Steve Kane.
That's a good
But
point.
he has to get the wisdom of next in line.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
once he soaks that in.
Could you imagine
The-
if he
the
wins
wise
and then shows
elders
up for the
and-
class saying he
That'd
has
be
to
so
learn?
What if he gets expelled from comedy school?
Well,
that could definitely happen.
Well, what if they aren't doing it? But in the past, I know I've seen them do it. What if he fucking was on the same night as Manny Brown and he beat him and then showed up in the class?
that would be amazing.
That's what I think it'd be if Steve were to win and then go to the comedy class. I mean, provided that we get enough donate. Everybody needs to donate.
I'll put
Yeah,
the
we're
link in the description.
$100 away, I think. Right?
Less.
We're
I think so. I
60%
think
funded.
less, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got It's getting there. I've got to send
and
Steve.
the comedy class spots are filling up, so hurry up and get Steve
Yeah,
in there.
get him that money.
But yeah, so what are our thoughts on the competition? What's your favorite Phillies Funniest memory you have?
Ooh.
Favorite Phillies funniest memory?
Ooh.
Probably the first year that I did it, which would have been 2 years ago, 2023. My first time doing the competition, first round. It was me, Lakshmi, and
Lowry on?
yeah, Lakshmi, and then I don't remember who the third was that night, but both me and Lakshmi advanced.
That was a great night.
And,
I
Oh,
remember that.
yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, that was awesome. It was a great night. Me and Lakshmi, we got a picture with the whole crew
Yeah.
outside. You guys are all there to support.
I remember that picture. We're gonna put the picture in
Yes.
put the picture up with the
Yes,
with
yeah,
the-
yeah.
when
that
you
was,
when they announced Joe G and Lakshmi,
We lost it.
me and Otis lost it, and then was like, man, what are they cheering us left at? Like they advanced. It's like, God forbid you have friends. Like,
Yeah, right.
I'm finding this picture.
No, that was a good night. Yeah, that was
That's a nice
that
memory.
was nice for the crew.
People are dumb as fuck with it. They bitch about complaining ass motherfuckers. That guy would be pissed off over anything. Here's the picture. Look at this. We've got all us guys in it.
Yeah,
This is one of the best pictures.
my word, yeah, I do remember that. Yes.
Wow, what a
Yeah.
beautiful moment.
I'll go through who's in it. Campbell and Charlie, Lakshmi, Eppolite, Steve Kane, Stupak, me, Sarah the Craig, Joe G, Brandon Combs, and Luke. Now that's a squad.
That is a
That's
Great
a group.
squad.
Great crow.
They're great. They're we love them.
As we always say, the funniest friend groups are always going to be diverse, no matter what.
naturally.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Naturally diverse.
Naturally.
You
Happens
don't
on
have
its
to force
own.
it. You don't have to force
That
it.
is true. I mean, look at us.
All right. You don't have to do a shitty Shane Gillis impression and sniff his seat, or anyone who's ever been on Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast.
Watch
to be,
season 2 of Tires. It's got.
Yeah, it's out. Yeah,
It's so funny. I
Is
didn't
it
watch
out?
one clip.
I don't know.
It's
I saw
funny.
the trailer. It's
Oh,
funny.
it's not out yet. Okay.
I had a friend, my buddy from New York, was telling me about it. He goes, "Yo, I watched that guy Shane Gillis. You do comedy with him?" I go, "No." He goes, "Oh, I watched it."
But if someone to take
And
one
New
more
York
bite.
people,
You
I
have
don't know if you
enough?
notice
I
about them.
don't
They're
wanna-
I
very
wanted
like
to put it back.
egotistical, and everybody from New York seems like they have like a main. Like every guy from New York that was like born in New York, they have like a main character syndrome. At least he does. I don't know why I'm generalizing all New York people, but he was saying, like, "Yeah, I was watching that Tires show with Shane Gillis, man." And, I go, "Did you like it?" He goes, "I found myself laughing at times." It's like you found yourself laughing. Wow, high praise.
He's a
That
better
is
man
high
than
praise.
me. But I've never
D'Amelio, my buddy D'Amelio.
I could never watch it. I've never.
My
I can't sit and watch a new
No,
comedy
it's
now.
rough to sit and
No,
watch
I
comedy.
can't even watch I can't watch any new like I loved Always Sunny. I can't watch any new Always Sunny. It's
No, the
gay,
old seasons
Yeah.
are great.
phenomenal.
That's some of the hardest I've ever laughed like
Yeah.
watching something
Yeah.
before. But the new ones are
the newer
great.
South Parks have been pretty good.
Yeah,
Okay,
like the
I
new
haven't
South
seen
Parks.
any of the new ones.
I'm gonna say a controversial opinion.
Say it.
I've never liked Always Sunny. I liked it when I was a
Mm.
kid, but I've never liked it.
I haven't
don't
watched it
like
in-
Charlie. I don't like
What
Gibson?
about Dennis?
He
You
ju-
like
yeah, he-
Dennis?
Dennis is the taller. Well, I guess
Dennis
I'm
is
kind
fine.
of the most similar to him.
But,
Yeah, you
uh,
are a Dennis kind of guy.
And I hate Dee. It just reminds me of so many fucking dumb women around here.
Oh.
Dee is, I think Dee's my favorite character in the show. I think she's really funny.
You- she-
She's
and
one of the funnier women out there. yeah.
I think she's awful.
I don't like Mac, but I like the character.
Me
but
neither.
I think the guy Rob McElhenney, he's ruining the show.
Oh, I think Michael.
not Michael.
Oh,
Mack.
Oh, he looks free. He's gotten all this like work done and
Oh,
shit.
it's
He
working
just
on
looks-
now.
looks,
He's
yeah,
trying
it's
to be
creepy.
all autistic with the show. It's horrible.
Yeah,
What's he
it's too
doing?
much.
He had some scene 8 years ago where he's doing like a interpretive dance that's 20 minutes long and throughout the show, and he's
Oh,
like,
and Danny DeVito like cries in
yeah,
the audience.
it's all
yeah,
like
it's
some
bullshit.
art. It's like, dude, you guys are fucking alcoholics in a bar in Philly.
Yeah.
it's-
know your fucking place.
Yeah, right. Completely agree.
Speaking of watching comedy shit, though, I don't really watch much stand up at all. But my mom was like, "Oh, I saw this mouthy young Jewish woman that reminded me of a young Joan Rivers," and I was trying to figure out who it was, and it turned out to be Sarah Silverman. I was like, yeah, that's not a young
wow.
Jewish
Yeah,
queen,
young.
Mom.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
God.
That's really funny.
She was talking about some. I'm
She
trying
was
to
in there something about Mary. I was just watching that the other day. I didn't mean to cut you off, Luke, but that's a 30-year-old fucking movie. And
Yeah.
she's in there saying, "So you want a fatty, Mary?"
She was saying. So I'm trying to think of some fat actress. I don't know the name.
Melissa
Melissa,
McCarthy.
yeah.
Let's say Melissa McCarthy. What did you
Well,
say?
of course.
What did you say?
Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, she was like, I don't like Melissa McCarthy 'cause she always says, "Joan, you're 77 years young," and I say, "Melissa, you're 275 pounds thin."
Who said that?
Joan Rivers.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
Joan Rivers was the shit.
She was
Rest in
hilarious.
She
peace,
was so
she
funny.
rules.
She would come at Obama and all of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then she
Obama.
died
Her
on
last
the
interview,
fucking
she go,
operating
"You
table.
Right,
know
yeah.
Michelle's a man, right?" And 2 weeks later, she died.
Yeah, it's interesting circumstances.
The Obamas killed Joan
What are you
Rivers.
trying to insinuate, Luke?
The black people, they run Hollywood now. You know this? It's crazy.
Oh God, yeah, they that's wild. It's wild that Joan Rivers would probably no one would sit with her at Philly Mike's. Now I used to say that about it became hack to talk about Norm after he died. But before that, I used to say if Norm Macdonald came to a Philly Mike, no one would talk to him.
No.
He'd be going up late, and everybody
he'd
would
be buried, yeah.
ostracize him.
Well, so much of the Philly comedy, who does well versus who doesn't in terms of getting booked, it's just about being a drunken slob and hanging out till like 2 a.m. and like kissing ass, like you know what I mean. It's not even about who's the funniest. It's just like who's around,
Yeah.
who's brown nosing, and who has an alcohol or cocaine addiction,
Yeah.
and who can stay up. At
Well,
the
and
late
I
also
say-
who they think can get them on another bar.
Right, that
Yeah.
too. Who can give you a
I said
shitty bar
nothing
spot?
screams stand-up comedy like the word networking. I mean, you know,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah, it's all
very
fake.
funny.
like
It's very funny.
the
Yeah.
antithesis of like being funny is
You
Yeah,
know, what I realized doing comedy, October will be 6 years for me, and comedy it's not about networking. It's about or being how funny you are. It's about how much of a loser you are. Because I was remember seeing like the Philly Comedy Network post about like people would complain about going up at like 1 o'clock in the morning at Raven Lounge, and people play, oh yeah, well when Chris Kant was still alive, I would be there till 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's like. Yeah, it's easy to do when you don't have a fucking job.
Yeah.
And my parents are paying for I could do that all day.
right.
But I have a fucking job.
Yeah, we all four of us here have jobs
Yes,
and
we
a
have
life
jobs
and
a life. Yeah. It's like what the
and kind of I feel like the people who do like well relative, their whole world becomes comedy and becomes just this kind of masochistic descent to the bottom where like
Yes.
you rise up maybe in comedy and local comedy, but like the rest of your life is in shambles, and like that's not
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
something that we should be
No, it's not healthy.
praising.
You become a goblin.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
become a
at
goblin.
least do that in New York or
Yeah.
Los
Right,
Angeles or
right, yeah,
Austin. Don't
yeah.
do that for Philadelphia.
Yeah. I was talking to the great Steve Kane last night, and he said a Philly comic on Tuesday tried to convince him to go to 2 Street, and he was like, no. And the guy was like, well, you just don't want it as much as I do. But it's funny that they think of like not wanting it enough, or they want it more, and that means like drinking 10
I know.
beers a
Yeah.
night.
What do you get out of 2
Yeah,
Street,
it's
really?
like,
I
oh,
mean,
you
Well, actually,
want
now
it
I feel a
more,
little
but-
attacked, John, because I'd be doing that anyway.
But that's what you would be doing it anyway. But they use that to
Yeah,
be
that's
like,
true.
oh, I actually want
I hate
this.
that so much. I wish somebody would be like, Luke, you don't want it enough. And I go, you're absolutely
Yeah,
right.
right.
I
Oh,
do
yeah, you're
not want this.
goddamn right,
I don't
dude.
want it at all.
Yeah, I don't want to sell.
That was
my
a very
fucking soul.
heartwarming moment on Tuesday at the Wet Mic, because you asked me, you're like, are you going to Brownies? I was like, no, are you? And you're like, well, I was only going to go if you were going to go. And I was like, no. You're like, all right, well, let's just go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Like, let's
I said,
fucking-
thank God you're not going because I did not want to go to
Yeah, I would way rather just go
Yeah.
home and go to sleep.
And
Well, I'm getting
Otis, I
attacked.
didn't-
I'm
I
getting
didn't mean
attacked because I've been to both. No, I've been to
didn't mean
both
to
of those, and I
disparage
drank
your
probably
lifestyle.
15
No, you're
beers
fine.
on
No,
on
I
Tuesday.
didn't mean to disparage
I
your
know, I
lifestyle.
wasn't offended.
You don't go up to people.
Yeah, but
and
you
say,
would do that if there was no. You would
That's
like
what
it more
I'm
if it
saying.
wasn't.
You would
There was
do
no.
it.
You do it
comment.
because it's for the fun of it. Other
Yeah.
people do it because it's like, I got to be out in the
But
streets to network.
It's funny to me that they use that, like, oh, I'm working as an excuse to just like get blacked out every night.
Yeah.
Like that's their cover for that, which
Oh,
is
good
fine.
God, it's disgusting.
Yeah, it's like you're how fucking full of shit are you?
These people, a lot of them are depraved souls. They
Yeah,
need
it's really- they're
find
depraved-
Christ.
it's
Find Christ. I'm telling you
depraved
right now.
individuals, really.
The comic we know, she cheated on. The comic we know cheated on his wife with the other comic, and they got COVID, and the guy lost his marriage for comedy
Oh, that would kill
for a
me.
female
Yes.
comedian.
Oof.
It's insane
That's
That would
really
kill me.
fucked up. Wow.
Yeah, fuck that.
for comedy.
You sure did.
And this is in another state. This isn't even in Philly. It's in a southern state.
Oh,
No, it isn't.
All right.
Oh, we're
Yes,
thinking
it
of two
is.
different ones.
Who
I
are
know
you-
another.
who are you
we'll,
thinking
we'll
of?
talk. We'll talk after. We'll
Okay.
talk.
That would kill me. I mean, that's the lowest that it can get.
And
Yeah.
it obviously goes without saying they both suck. They both aren't funny. That's the crazy thing.
Oh God,
There's no talent between those two.
that's depressing.
Yeah, I think people think that comedy will save them, but for 99.7% of people, it's just going
It
to
ruins it.
It's a road
Yeah,
to
it'll
damnation.
Actually ruin your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I would be a lot happier if I never started comedy, but now I've done it for so long
You're
that
too
I'm
far
stuck in.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess that's a shitty excuse. You should just stop whenever you can.
Well, it's seeing meeting you guys is a benefit, and then doing
Yeah, that's the
doing
thing.
time is fun.
Yeah.
But then there's just like it's like all the nerds in high school that were like complete losers. This is their high school after high school. It's
Yeah.
comedy. It's really sad.
Yeah,
yeah, it is the similar like social dynamic as high school.
it is
It's
very
pretty
much.
much
But
yeah.
the nerds are the ones that are like
yeah,
the jocks
it's
and the
flipped
jocks
a little
and the
bit.
nerds.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird.
Yeah. So it's
there is part of me though that like I do lament the high school aspect of it, but then there's another part of me where I love shit talking.
Oh yeah, of
Shit
course.
talking shit is like my favorite thing
my
ever.
favorite thing
It's
in the
just
world.
like,
of course.
oh, did you see what this fucking piece of shit
Yeah.
posted
Yeah.
on fucking the
yeah,
PCN?
I love that so much.
It is
It's
fun.
great.
It's like a sport.
Which
it's great.
I'm going to make a public service announcement right now. If you are posting anything on PCN that's not promoting a show, you need to look inward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fix your life
Yeah.
because
Should we
that
use
is
our
some
word for
of
them?
the most.
Depraved.
Yeah,
Depraved.
that's
That is very
that is the
depraved.
height of depravity.
Yeah. Seriously.
If you're not promoting a show on there, you're just
or
Or
trying to
promoting
raise
your-
money on a
your
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe,
Yeah.
like
Other
that,
than that.
just go outside.
Yeah.
Because that's just every comic's gonna see that and just DM like, look at this fucking idiot. Like,
Yeah,
And one of the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
things we've talked about this too, but it's a subject that I think is very relevant now in the social media age is the LinkedInification of comedy, where
yes.
you know you have a certain style of comic who has like a spreadsheet ready with all of like the bar shows, who you can DM with the contacts, and they just like in mass send out a tape to them, you know, and they're just like in the DMs. It's fine, it works to some extent, but it's
Yeah.
also like this soulless pursuit. It's like just be funny and like chill.
That feels like it works to like a level, and then you plateau.
yeah.
I was
you
the
can't-
worst when I next in line after my show I did there. It was a good time, and I had a really good set there. And I didn't get my Venmo for like 3-4 weeks. I didn't get paid. So I was like, hey, just I never got paid for this.
Yeah, go to the Wailing Wall.
And I was like, I didn't get paid for this. I just want to let you know. Like, no worries. Just when you ever can get it to me. It was like $25. Probably, I think it was actually less than that. Just waiting. And I'm like, I asked again, hey, I just never got paid. And somebody told me, yeah, just hit email operations at Next in Line Comedy. It's like, just send me $25.
Yeah, come
Get the fuck out of here.
Maybe they've hired a secretary. Maybe there's an intern from Villanova that wants to get in there.
Maybe.
You got to
I
go
was like,
through HR first.
Yeah,
actually.
Maybe that's how you get booked there. huh?
Maybe-
You have to go to your bar
Yeah.
mitzvah first. You have to read from the Talmud, and then they'll give you $25. Oh my God!
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, we love it, folks.
they're good people. The Chris Cottons of the world. They are living the dream.
Death? Yes.
Yes.
Sweet-
Yeah. Please. The
Sweet
sweet.
Roger
Literally
Snare's
the
probably
ultimate
happier
release.
now than he's ever been.
Yeah.
The ultimate
Roger and
release.
Linda are living it up in hell or whatever.
Yeah.
they're-
God.
God, I'll tell you, I hope there's no fucking afterlife, man. I'd be
Yeah.
so bummed out to have to do more.
Yeah, Mike's in hell. Where that would be fucking
I don't
shitty.
think, in hell, they're definitely.
Hitler
Stop
just
calling me.
boo.
Yeah. Oh well, we should address this now too.
The
The,
devil will say, you should really talk to her. She's a good person to know.
Do you have your tripod ready?
hey, you better. Everyone knows I'm a tripod comic now. Thank you, everybody.
Yes,
thank
that
you,
is a
thank you.
great
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Oh, your
It's-
behavior's not warranted here. It's really, you're being too aggressive in front of female comics.
Who's that voice supposed
That's
to?
the devil.
Yeah, that's.
Oh,
I
what were you getting ready to say?
I know somebody who sounds like that. We got to talk about the Yay song that's taking
Oh.
the world by storm.
Ah,
What, you don't like that, Luke?
yes, yeah.
No, go ahead.
All right.
Oh, HH.
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 You've heard it, John.
I have heard it. Yes.
Yeah.
I have heard it.
and
One
what
off
are your
of Triple H.
What do you call it? We're in a thing now where every meme is HH, the song HH, and the
Yes,
and
yeah.
when you're scrolling through reels and it's like, man, this has more staying power than the fucking dude shit does. And it's like, this is gonna go out of style in a week. But it's like, this is better than watching another guy say fucking dating the apps.
Yeah.
The apps.
Yeah,
Who's
yeah.
fucking, who's raping, the apps.
Every meme for you has HH. I have kittens and rainbows in my
oh, yeah, I'm
algorithm.
sure Joe G's Instagram
Yeah.
is kittens and rainbows.
And bleeding anuses. I
Yeah,
have,
yeah.
That's my rain. The anus is bleed
Yeah,
rainbow.
that's the rainbow.
What they're doing now is they actually take severed kitten paws with the sharp, what do they even call them? The claws still in them, yeah. And they sodomize each other with them until there's
Ugh.
blood.
Nice.
We
that
try.
true?
We like cat scratch fever. That's the new
Yeah,
AIDS.
that's the new. That's the new.
yeah, yeah.
Feline
it's
AIDS.
better.
That's the new Pride anthem. Is cat
Yeah,
scratch
cat
fever by
scratch
Ted
fever.
Nugent.
Freddie Mercury is his AI version singing that now.
All my Instagram feed is just Indian people like eating vomit and shit. That's all. That's all. I
Eating
see.
vomit.
Eating their own shit. Whatever they eat, disgusting food they make.
Oh, the street food stuff?
the street food. That's all I see.
Oh, it's
You know what's funny? I
unbelievable.
feel like there's a tendency for everybody to assume. I think everybody assumes that their friends and other people have a similar algorithm or memes, and it's like maybe to an extent, but then everybody has a weird thing that they get that nobody else gets.
Yeah.
What's your weird thing?
Black men, I guess.
That's
A man and a woman holding hands.
Yeah.
At the nuclear family says weird thing.
Conversion therapy, basically. I'm trying to just.
And my weird thing, it's either that or just retarded people. That's all I say.
Well, they're funny.
Yeah.
I get sports. I get a lot of sports
Me
things.
too,
Like
a lot
on
of
this day,
sports.
LaDainian Tomlinson rushed
Yeah,
for
I
200
get that
yards.
too.
I was
Yeah.
like, wow, I'm gay.
Yeah.
I'm gay. I'm a lesbian. Really, he is. He's one. He's one of them. He's
Well,
one of the lesbians.
He's
It's not.
gay and a lesbian,
He's
folks.
incredible.
It's so gross.
How long have we been running? Just curious.
We're at 109.
Oh, I was good. I thought we were doing a long one. I'm good to do a long. Are you guys
Oh,
good?
I-
heading
oh,
out?
yeah, I didn't know how long.
I was talking to Joe about this in the car. The Trump voice made me. I'm debating. You probably feel the same way.
Stop doing it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't stop.
Do it. While he's the president.
and
do
I'm
it.
debating doing it at Phunniest too, but I don't know how.
Do
to
it.
Be,
Just do it.
Do
I'm gonna do the
Steve.
first Sickles piss real quick.
Oh
Go ahead,
yeah,
go
please,
ahead.
please.
Step
break,
over
break
or
the seal.
behind the webcam.
Break the seal, please. His long leg
There
goes
you go.
right
Still on
over
the
there.
right.
There you
Oh
go.
my
Shoeless
God.
Joe.
Joe
G.
G. Crotch shot right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Clean the AIDS
Little
out of
something
the air.
extra. Yeah.
Yeah, that's he
Yeah.
crop dusted you with AIDS. He
Yeah.
opened his mouth
Yeah.
and it fell out.
I'm immune to AIDS. I was
Yeah.
born in Nigeria.
Yeah, I don't know. I have been struggling with the Trump.
Just do
Why?
it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
He's the
not
president.
Really fun anymore.
Yeah, but once he's not the president anymore, it won't be relevant, so it'll be hackier to
that's
do.
fair. Yeah, that's fair.
I miss
Yeah.
doing the Biden. The Biden's a lot
I
more
still
fun.
do Biden sometimes.
Yeah, you could do any president.
Yeah.
People still do fucking Kennedy, and they're the president, so you feel like, oh, it's been done before, but it's like it's one of the few things that's everybody's equal right to do.
Right,
It's like we
that's
live
true.
here, it's the president.
Yeah, we can.
No one came up with impersonating the president.
Right.
Even if they're because we would have thought 10 years ago that no one else was going to be able to get away with doing Trump like how Baldwin. Not that I liked his impression that much,
Yeah. it's
but
great.
it's that it was everywhere.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
was really popular with that before he committed murder, and
Yeah.
he
I guess it was worse 10 years ago. Maybe.
Yeah.
Was it worse?
what?
The Trump impression?
No, they were so.
Well, because
bad
it was
10 years
always
ago.
making him look stupid,
Right.
which
Well,
it's
even
like
the
a good
voice, like,
impression.
they were bad. They weren't good. Even,
Yeah,
like, the
a good
impressions
impression
and stuff.
isn't just to make the guy look good or make him look bad. It's accurate.
Yes. Right. Right.
That shows you that shows me because I'm the only fan of Gabriel Iglesias I know in the scene. I'm the only
That
person.
could be true. Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody else hates him. Do you also hate him,
Hey,
Joe?
I'm talking on the Joe mic
Oh,
now
so-
too. Look at me, I'm Joe.
Do you also hate Gabriel Iglesias? Fluffy, you know Fluffy.
You mean Jose Smerling?
Probably smarter than that.
Do I hate Gabriel Iglesias?
Yes.
I don't have an opinion really. I haven't seen enough. I'm more in terms of like fat slobs. I'm more of a Ralphie May guy.
Oh, Ralphie
R.I.P.
May's better than Gabriel.
All
I
right.
do
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Gabriel.
I don't like Ralphie May.
You don't like Ralphie May?
No, I wasn't upset when he died one bit.
I was
Ralph-
surprised when he died.
No. Ralphie May's
No.
fine. He's cool. I liked Ralphie May's. He gave this like hour and a half comedy like advice thing that I
Oh
liked.
yeah, people.
What'd he
definitely
say?
watch that.
First thing you do is you ate 8,000 calories for breakfast, and then you do
basically.
4 or 5 mics, and that your friends drive
Well,
you to.
Now all these fat comics are like getting on Ozempic and stuff, and they're making
Yeah, which is
themselves skinny.
as you said this as a possible bit, but as a cheat code, right? And they'll
It is a
they'll-
cheat
it'll
code.
never
I do. It is a cheat code, but it is nice that they still have like
the flab.
yeah, like the like stretched out skin. It's nice to live in a just world.
Yeah,
where,
yeah,
like,
that's fair.
You know what I mean?
I was offered Ozempic at my last doctor's appointment. I
Really?
turned it down. And
Why? How come?
Because I don't want to take it. I'm not a big medicine truster guy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
I don't trust, especially the new stuff. I
Yeah,
don't trust that at all.
yeah.
And I just think it's so unfair that these fat fucks can just inject themselves and just be skinny.
yeah.
Oh,
I-
it's needles? I didn't know that.
It's
I
yeah,
didn't.
take
yeah.
a shot. Yeah, like a.
And
That's weird. That's even weirder than a pill.
yeah.
oh,
you,
no,
like,
with the
shoot
pill, I
up.
wouldn't. I mean, I might have to consider taking it, but it's a
Yeah,
needle.
Oh, I'm not anti.
Into your-
I'm only anti needles if it's putting scumbag tattoos. Are we all untattooed?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
have
no
tattoos.
tattoos.
That's awesome. I
Yeah,
hate. You can't find a woman now who doesn't have them. I fucking hate tattoos so much, and especially on women. They
Yeah.
just make themselves out to be disgusting.
Yeah.
But outside of that, needles just like.
Well, if
I'm
you're
not,
tattooed, you're not getting buried in my cemetery. So
That's true.
That is true.
Well, if you can't get tattoos and be buried in the cemetery, you can't come in my home because of the Jews. But no, I joke. You're Jew. You are. I know. I've believed that for a while. I think you have to be Jewish.
no, I'm not Jewish, but I look. I've been told many times I look Jewy. So whenever I say anything that's sort of
Sus.
offensive to Jewish people, I just say that I'm Jewish.
His last name stands for Gould. He's
Joseph
Joseph
Well,
Gould.
if a 6'5" woman started talking about like playing high school football, you'd be like, wait a minute, this is sus. You know, if it looks like a Jew and it smells like a Jew, it
Right,
probably
it
controls
probably
the
is.
media. But,
Probably made the rainy outside.
Yeah.
Today.
This weather, so I don't playing golf today. Make it rainy and cloudy, please. But I didn't want to take it because I don't trust it. And I was like,
That's totally fair.
No, it's
I
good.
have a friend who was I had my
can't
buddy
be good for the heart.
I've heard it fucks people up.
my buddy James, who was he's a fat Jewish guy. He's probably like 350, and like 5'5". And I was
Holy shit.
he's
He
taller,
could be-
he's taller than 5'5".
I know a few female comics that are around those
He's taller
proportions.
than 5'5", and he's much funnier than the female.
One of them
comics.
scarred Marcos for life.
He was talking to me. He goes, yeah. I was talking to him one time, and he was like, every day for like breakfast, he got 2 bags of Lay's chips and a mango monster.
Oh my god.
And so, like, he's a good dude.
John, you were disgusted.
That's
disgusting.
depraved. That is depraved behavior.
Talk about depraved.
But
I'm sure it's a nice guy. I don't want to.
no, dude, I'm commenting on it, dude. That's brutal.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him one
I gotta
day,
draw a line somewhere.
and he goes, "Yeah, dude." I'm like, "Oh, you got the mango monsters and the chips?" He goes, "Yeah, you know, I'm a strict vegetarian." I'm like, I laughed right in his face. He goes, "I'm serious." I'm like, "Oh, okay. I'm sorry." Like, it's like, "Yeah, you know, I don't."
Are you doing it for health reasons or for the environment? What's going
for
on?
the environment?
For
but like, you
morality
lose,
or
you lose all your case of being a natural vegetarian when
Of
you're
course.
you're drinking a fucking Monster Energy.
Well, he's doing it
Monster's
for
like
the
the most
environment.
synthetic-
He's doing it for the environment so his fat cow ass doesn't fart as much, I guess.
so,
Right?
yeah. But he was telling me, he goes, "Yeah, I'm on Ozempic. I lost like 30, 40 pounds over the past couple weeks, past couple months." Like, "Oh, okay." He goes, "You know?" So I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, I thought you gained weight. Like, dude, I thought he gained weight.
Did you notice?
No, I didn't notice.
No, but who the fuck says that? Did you notice?
crazy.
I did it for you, coworker.
But he
Oh no, it's your friend. I'm sorry.
my friend, he was talking to him recently. He goes, "Yeah, I actually was in the hospital for a little bit, and I'm off Ozempic because my stomach got paralyzed."
Oh,
I'm like-
that's happened to
I'm
people.
like, I'm like,
On
good,
Ozempic,
good.
yeah,
He's
your
like,
Yeah.
stomach gets paralyzed.
But I was like, "Oh, are you doing good now?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm going back to work." He goes, "Yeah, I'm about to go back to work." I'm like, "Oh, good, glad you're okay." He goes, "No, don't be thankful. I have to go back to work." And it's like, your stomach was fucking paralyzed, man. Like,
Right.
you need to be bedridden that bad?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I think we talked about this on the Nego pod, but you know how when all those like antidepressants, antipsychotics, or whatever were first coming out, and they were like, oh, like, take these, fix your mental health, and then down the line, like, people were really fucked up from it, and it like made them way worse, and like if they tried to get off, they would go through this horrible withdrawal and be worse than when they started. I think we're in a similar thing where we're in the early stages of this Ozempic, and that we're going to see it's going to really fuck people up. And they're just injecting it thinking like, oh, I'm going to become like a skinny, sexy motherfucker. Some people in the comedy scene might be doing that. They lose that early weight, but there's this crazy connection between your gut and your brain.
Yeah.
And like, they're literally going to like
Yeah.
start experiencing some
No, I
fucked
agree.
up shit.
completely
But like,
So
we're,
what is it, just the rapid weight loss?
you get the
No.
rapid weight loss, but it totally
No, that
changes
changes your brain.
but yeah, it changes your entire gut and
the
your like,
microbiome of your gut, they call it like your
your
second,
second brain. Yeah.
Like that's where like all like
Yeah.
a lot of stuff that
I don't
like,
know anything about this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of
it's
like
all-
neurological
yeah.
stuff is like tied to like the microbiome.
Yeah, a lot of
in your
depression
gut.
can be about like your gut health.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if you're
If you
fucked up there,
If you
like-
change like a high protein diet, like a natural, like a
Yeah.
keto carnivore diet,
Yeah.
apparently it makes your mental health a lot better.
yeah.
But basically, we don't know what Ozempic's doing
That's
because it's so
and
early.
with the keto and carnivore stuff, like anything that like Joe Rogan is peddling.
It's
I'm
not
like,
So you're
what
not
do
taking
do?
Alpha
Like,
Brain.
That's the
No.
thing. It's like, dude, you're on so much fucking gear. Like,
I heard this. I didn't hear it from Joe. I heard it from this black British guy. He's like
Okay,
named
that's fair.
Eddie Abu, and I trust him because he's black and he has a bald head and he's
That's fair.
gray beard. I trust him. But yeah. It's apparently if you eat there's a bunch of meat and protein stuff and like you cut out carbs, you get a lot. Your mental
Yeah.
health improves.
I just see Rogan being like, dude, I feel so good.
Dude, Joe Rogan is fucking
like, dude,
retarded. That
you're
guy's
Joe
Joe
nuts.
Rogan's the
jacked to the
fucking the most
gills.
typical guy. He goes, "Yeah, man. People think money's like everything, but money. You don't need money. You just need happiness. You need to find
Yeah.
inner peace." The guy with the $1
$100
trillion.
million.
Yeah, it's easy to say when you have $500 million
Yeah,
from
yeah,
Spotify
yeah.
and
He-
it's sold out. like a
Rogan is
fucking-
literally the quintessential definition of a dumb guy who everybody who is dumb thinks is smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally like if you're a moron, you're like Joe
Mhm.
Rogan's a genius.
Yeah. Well,
If you have,
I
if
agree.
you have even a sub 100 IQ, you're like this guy.
If you haven't read a book in 10 years, Joe Rogan's your guy.
Yeah,
I
you're
loved
like, this guy's
Joe Rogan when I was 16.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
when
then
I
you,
was 16,
yeah,
he
and
was
then
the-
you
I
become
used
a
to like Ben
person.
Shapiro, but
Yeah.
that
And now I
that
hate all
fucking
Jews.
changed. Shit.
Yeah, and then you become a person, and you go,
You're
"Oh,
like,
this guy's a
yeah.
moron."
This guy's a
Yeah.
This is
huckster
the
and a
dumbest guy
grifter.
I've ever seen. in
Ben
my
Shapiro
life.
might be worse. He's up there with one of the worst people ever. 'Cause
No, he
he's like,
is.
Folks, you see, people, I don't believe in retirement. You should not stop working at 65. You should work until, about 80, 85.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, yeah, if you sit at your desk and suck
Right.
Israel's dick for your life, yeah, you can do that the rest of your
It's
life.
like Ben Shapiro. My grandma's 93 and blind. She can't give money to Israel. Sorry, buddy. Let her rest.
She's anti-Semitic, folks. And Jordan Peterson's another show for and all these Rogan guys that were funny
Yeah.
10 years ago are so horrible now.
And that's what happens when these people get tons of money. They become unrelatable. They're fun early on when they're just a guy like Shane Gillis and all them, and then they start getting like many millions of dollars. They get all the fame and fanfare in
Yeah,
the world,
That's
and then it's
I
like,
don't
oh,
think-
okay.
I don't think I actually let's cut in the anti-Philly comedy stuff. I actually like Gillis is very funny.
He is funny, but
He's really good at I was gonna say I hope that happens to Gillis, but it won't. Because I think what Gillis does best is that he actually knows how to like act like a stand-up
like a
comedian.
normal guy.
He
Yeah.
acts like a normal guy, but I would love to see him show for like Israel.
Oh
have
my
people
God,
burn him.
yeah.
I would love that. Do Israel? Pretty good. Like I fucking hate Palestinian kids. Bomb them all. Like, I mean, that'd be so awesome if he did that.
Oh, I just wanted to make a quick point. Sorry to be too
No,
all over the place, but speaking of Joe Rogan and shit, me and John were talking about this at after the wet mic the other night about how Joe Rogan went out to Austin, right, the comedy mothership, and I was equating this to kind of the early days of crypto, where it's like this big boom and people
Yep.
think they think they can get on the ship, but then the
Yeah.
ship set sail, the comedy mothership, right, and like then everybody else is running out to Austin and shit, and they're like the altcoins, they're trying to, but like those coins never go anywhere, so you've already
Right.
missed the initial boom, and you just kind of got sold a bill of goods
Yeah.
that it's not really real.
That's a great point, and I think a lot of these fuckers they go out there and it's like all these people were already friends with Joe and all these guys beforehand. Like
Right.
he used it. It'd be like, you know what I mean? It's like they were already on this path. It just seems like right now more than ever before. It just seems like there's so much like everything is to the 1% in show business, especially.
Yeah.
And it just like in comedy, there's no options in comedy. It's like you're either at like Segura, Bargatze, all these
But
same
it's all in
guys.
the same, but which is why I will bring up my proposition of banning all comedy and related things like podcasts and sketches and stuff for 3 years minimum.
That'd be
Yeah,
great.
any
To
online
reset,
posting, right?
Just
No online.
reset everything,
Yeah.
and then in a year, people will be like, "Wow, I miss comedy," and then we can bring it back.
yeah.
It's just
But now
oversaturated.
it's just too much now.
That's what
I just-
I've stopped for a while with the clips because like I'm just sick of trying to position myself as like some online
It's
entity. I'm like, let me
impossible.
just be like a real
And then
person in reality.
Yeah, and you get
for a
all
bit.
worked up to like post it and all anxious, and then you post it and maybe it doesn't do as good as you thought, and then that like crushes you.
Yeah.
And it's like, why? For what? Like, who cares?
And then you see like I interact with some comics and I'm not gonna name names obviously, but they're like. You talk to them at a mic or in real life, and they're like on Instagram, and like they're like actively like trying to like position what they're doing in the real world at the mic, like onto social media.
yeah,
Which is
yeah.
fine. Like we all like share shit, but it's
Yeah,
like just
right.
can you like
Yeah.
just put it down for a second and just like be
Just
a
be
person?
present.
Like,
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
for years, I don't know if you guys knew me then, but for years I wouldn't have a social. Like I think to myself now, like I probably would have been better off to have I mean, I definitely would have been to have Instagram and stuff the whole time. But for years I do comedy around here and I didn't. But because I thought it was funnier, especially when people didn't know who I was, to just go around and just say the most vulgar things and then have there be no social media. So it's like I'm just getting it's just for me. I'm
Yeah,
just going
yeah,
up and
I
doing
like
my
that. Yeah.
and it's my listen, I say it all the time. I wish that we had at least before social media, it eliminated an element of it's like, well, this person has a lot of followers. We should put them on the show. Like popularity is a thing, but people would have like the stubbornness to say like, well, let's see how they do in my club.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fenris operates like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fenris doesn't give a shit about anything unless if you go to 13 and do well, we'll book you.
Yeah.
But then by that philosophy, Fenris ends up booking some of the most interesting, diverse shows around
Absolutely.
the area.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
just like
Like May 29th at Honeybrook.
30th.
May 30th at Honeybrook. Joe
That is a
G,
beautiful
Otis
lineup.
Timlin, Michael Mack, myself. Somebody else is on that show. I forget who it is.
That might
No,
be my
it's just us.
favorite
That's
I think
lineup.
just us four.
Good.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite
Yeah.
lineups.
Yeah, that's
it's
a great
lineup.
lineup. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
gonna
then
be
watch, he'll give a guest spot to somebody terrible.
Yeah.
That's
gonna be a great show.
That'll be a fun. That'll be
Sarah
a fun-
Craig's gonna
When
ruin
it-
our night. She's
Yeah.
gonna get that guest spot
Bitch.
When is it?
Oh.
What night is it?
Friday, May 30th.
next Friday.
Oh,
whatever
it's next
date.
Friday. Oh
Yeah.
shit. Okay. Damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out getting pretty drunk at that.
Oh yeah.
Nothing I love more than a Friday comedy show. A show on Friday is perfect.
It's nice. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
way.
it's
But
great.
Saturday, there's a weird thing with Saturday.
Yeah.
You want to
Friday
enjoy
what
your
it is.
you want to enjoy your day.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
wanna
your
enjoy
whole day zapped. Yeah, because
Right.
you're nervous.
I'm
or
the
you
I'm the
gotta-
king of being like, man, Like if I don't get any books, I'm like, oh man, how come I don't get it? This guy's getting booked. Like, this is bullshit. I'm funnier than this guy. I should get booked.
Yeah.
Then I get booked. I'm like, all right, I got booked. Day of the show, I'm like,
Yeah,
fuck,
me
I don't want to go to this fucking show. Like,
Normally, I only have like per month. I have like a smattering, like not that many shows per week. But then if I happen to have a month where I have like an okay amount, I'm like, I don't want to fucking do this show. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I just
It's
shit,
exhausting.
this month, I think I got like 5 or 6 shows this month, which never happens for me.
it's
Yeah.
too much, right? I'm like,
Too
shit.
much.
It's a lot.
That's
A good
how I
thing to
feel
do
with
is-
Pride Month. With like Pride Month coming up, like I have like the fucking Bar 13 thing, and I have one other show, but I don't have any gay shows. And part of me is like, why don't I get booked to more gay shows? But then another part of me is like, I don't want to hang out with these fucking faggots. Like I'm like, they're fucking lame.
Tell him, nigga. Yeah.
Flag Queen.
I'll tell you something that people really don't like is if you turn down their show. I've done that a few times, and then then they don't ask anymore.
Yeah,
I like
that's a
that.
one and-
I'm at the point now where I just really only do it if I like other people on it. If I'm there was a show. There was a show. It was like fucking Betty, Deary. Do you remember this was in Phoenixville? You came with me. It was in the basement. Stoudemire show.
I got a guest spot on that one when I showed up.
Oh yeah. I forgot. So it really was all hacks, and but I was on that show, and I was thinking like, I think the best guy that I was friends with in terms of who's booked on there was like a
Casey Kuftick.
yeah. Well, I was gonna shit on my level of friendship with the guy. I was gonna say like I tolerate this guy, but now that you call him by name, I can't say that. He's
Oh,
very
I'm
funny.
sorry.
No, I like him. He's a Penguins fan. Casey was on that. I wasn't even thinking of him. I forgot he was on that. But that's me covering. But no, I thought like, man, I don't need a core guy, but if I don't have a core guy, I need at least 2 tolerable guys.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Like I could be on a lineup with 3 hacks and one of you, because that's tolerable.
Dude,
Yeah.
the funniest moment I've had so far with comedy is when I was on the first night of the Masters Theater. Was it Lehigh Valley's Funniest?
Oh yeah, I'll
On
be
the-
there. I'll be there July 3rd with Campbell.
I was on there with Combs and Stanley, and all my people I know were those 2 guys, and we were in the green room, and there's these 2 feature comics that are walking past. Me, Stanley, and Combs were sitting on the main couch, and the feature guys were sitting on the stairs there. Like we big brothered these feature guys,
Oh my
and we
God.
were shitting on everybody openly at this mic. It was so funny. And like Tyler Rothrock was sitting on the stairs on his phone, like this comic fucking sucks. She's ugly. She's fat. Like it was one of the best moments ever.
That's
that's
great.
awesome.
I wish I could have seen that.
Yeah, when you have a show that's like a good crew and like your boys, it's
the
one
good
of the
crew
best.
is more important than
Yeah,
anything.
agreed.
You want a beer, John?
I'm okay. I'm still working on this one. Thank you, though.
It'll explode. But
No, the good
No, I'm
the
in
good
here,
crew
Nate.
makes any comedy experience more tolerable.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Because it just sucks when like
Yeah,
you
I'm
do a
waiting.
show and like everybody's sitting in I don't know the green room or like just an area and like everybody's on their
call it
phones.
the black room when Luke's
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Everybody's just like on their phones, like not talking to each other.
Or they're
like,
setting their tripod up. Or
yeah,
whatever they're
nobody's
doing.
Yeah.
boozing really. Nobody's drinking.
Well,
It's
I
like,
hate
it
when you talk
sucks.
about somebody and these like you hear like a comic talk
Yeah.
about their friends, and they're like, oh yeah, do you know her? Like, oh, she's really funny. It's like,
Yeah.
like I'm really good friends with her. She's really funny. I mean, if you're good friends with her, say she sucks.
Yeah.
I do that with every,
Yeah.
anytime somebody brings up Dunbar and I'm around, I go, he's the worst comic.
It's funny.
He's so unfunny.
Yeah.
I do that all the time.
But you got to think that the sex you two have is more passionate than some guy with some chick.
I guess
Right.
no, I guess
But
no.
yeah, it's like whenever somebody comes up to me and says a woman is funny, it's like, well, you've already diminished your believability with me, because it's like
Right.
there are a few funny women, but it's like, so you're gonna tell me that Eppolite Lavelle's coming through, right? You know what I mean? You're gonna tell me Moira's coming through, like somebody who's really funny. It's like, because there's so many. For every Moira, there are fucking 25 unfunny women.
Right. Yeah, and you know what's funny too? When you're at a show or a mic with someone, and then you see them, somebody bombs, but then somebody puts that person who bombed on their story, and they go,
everybody's
"Oh,
always crushing,
that person
yeah.
crushed." Like everybody
Yeah.
crushes all the time, right?
Yeah.
On social media,
Which is-
they all crush.
This is very funny. Matt's friend, who they do that podcast with, Kyle, who's like he works for like Crossing Broad, which is like a Philly sports thing or whatever.
Yeah.
He had an observation like a year ago when he first started coming around. He told Matt, he's like, "Why is everybody posting that everybody's crushing?"
Oh, I saw that.
He-
It was very cool.
yeah,
I saw that.
he's
Yeah,
like,
that
"That's
was a
not
great clip.
happening." He's
Yeah.
like, "Why is everybody saying this?" It's like for somebody who's not around the scene to have that observation that quickly is very
Well,
funny.
that's my whole social media like profile, I guess, is trying to be as obnoxious as possible. So I'll just
Right.
put up. That's why I always
Pe-
put up fucking Anna Gallagher.
I-
I'll take a picture of fucking
Yeah,
Dana.
I like when you tag somebody who's not the
yeah.
person
Yes,
on stage.
yes.
That always makes
That's
me laugh.
great.
Yeah, that's
I-
a big one.
I had a moment like that when my friend's mother,
Oh,
who was like
your name,
60
I
years
guess.
old, she went to go see Aunt Mary Pat Do you know who that is?
Yeah,
of course.
yeah.
God bless.
She was at
That's like a gay guy that dressed up as a woman, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Hey, you doing? Hold on, meet me.
yeah.
What he does like the Delco,
Yeah,
like
it's like
I
Delco
like
and-
I like
yeah,
hoagies
let me get
and
some
shit,
a coke and a smoke on.
Yeah,
yeah.
yes.
yeah.
And
Let me see.
I was gonna-
Vux, he's good, Vux. He's good and good.
He's a complete gooder.
And we're looking into good.
He was So my friend's mother, she's like in her 60s. She goes to this show to see Aunt Mary Pat, and she gets back and she goes, "Luke, you ever do comedy with Aunt Mary Pat?" I go, "No, but I know who she is." She goes, "Yeah, I saw her." I was like, "Oh, how was it?" She goes, "I mean, it was good, but then after you talk about Delco and Philly cheesesteaks, what else do you have to talk about for
Right.
an
Right.
hour?" And it's
Yeah.
like, she knows this, and she's in her. Yeah, she's like
yeah,
some
it's
suburban mom.
Yeah. Look, Aunt Mary Pat is 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Stretch
and-
that over an hour.
Yeah.
yeah, why
Yeah.
why stretch that out
Yeah.
beyond 5 minutes?
As much as we shit on comedy, like, and it's a very perceptive thing. Like, either you know if something's funny the first 5 seconds
Yeah.
or whatever.
Mm.
Like, it doesn't take a genius to be like, that's funny or that's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just I don't know. It's just,
It-
comedy is so weird.
Yeah.
So weird. The least funny people I've ever met in my life do stand up comedy. That's
Seriously.
insane.
Yeah. Some of my friends who I'm like, you're the funniest guy I've ever met in my life. He's like, dude, I would never do stand up. Like, it just never. And I'm
yeah.
like, that makes me like you even more.
Yeah, the people that are funny but don't do it, I'm like, you're
Yeah,
better
I'm
than
like,
these
"God, dude,
depraved
yeah, I'm such a
people that
fucking
need the
loser."
adulation or
Yeah.
the perceived adulation.
Yeah, I'm like whoring myself out 3-4 nights
Yeah.
a week. Like,
It really is. I think the people that I say this sort of as a bit, but I also kind of mean it. Like everybody who does comedy has some sort of either like OCD, depression, anxiety, and I'm not saying that in the way that like romanticizing it. I'm saying it in the way that like these people are, including myself, are like losers, kind of.
yeah, well,
Like-
yeah. It's the
Like I
that's
wish
what
I didn't have to
everybody
do this, but I just feel like I don't have anything else outside
Yeah,
of
I
like
just
having a
love what I
job
do. Yeah,
and like
yeah.
just bullshitting at bars.
I
Like
would
what would I
just be a
do?
booze bag, yeah.
Yeah, I'd just be a
Oh my
booze bag
God,
for no
yeah.
reason.
But I do like it because like, what else would I do if I didn't do?
That's what I mean.
comedy?
Like what would you do? I don't know. What
Yeah.
I would
do.
be 700 pounds if I didn't do
Yeah,
comedy.
right.
I would be a fat fuck, a tall fat piece of shit. That's all I do. I would
Yeah.
eat. I would just eat all the
Yeah.
time.
And I have met like so many like not to be like gay or whatever, but I do have met like some great friends and like
Yeah.
like all you guys and like
That's
all
this
my
is
other,
so
like,
worth it doing comedy.
yeah, like
Yeah,
that-
yeah.
that's the part of the best part of going to Mike's is seeing your friends.
Yes.
Like
absolutely.
the sets
Yes.
are just something you have to do. Like
Yeah, it's like I
I'll
gotta get
just be
through this.
talking and then it's like shit. All right, I have to go up, and then I go up, and then I get done. I'm like, cool. I can go back to like talking and
Yeah.
drinking and hanging out.
Well, having a great set too is also
Yeah,
so-
then you feel
Yeah, it is-
good,
it
and
is
even if you
nice.
don't, your buddies are like, "Don't fucking worry about it. Who cares?"
Right.
Dude? Like, or they're like, "That sucked," which is also funny. They're like,
Yes.
"Dude,
Yeah.
that blew,"
yes.
and I'm like, "Yeah, fuck it, dude. Yeah,
Uh,
like that's a fun time."
I think the worst set I ever had was I was doing a comedy competition in Bear, Delaware, and I was doing 3 minutes. And,
3 minutes for a
3 minutes.
competition?
Yeah, and I accidentally stole a Jeremy Hubster joke. If you know who that is.
No.
He's
Or don't
horrible.
they? Isn't he like dying or something?
No, he lost his car. His car got totaled, and everybody's doing funds for him. When I was doing it, and some black woman at the end of my set goes, "Get off the stage, brother." And I
Oh
was
my
like,
god!
I was like, "You're probably right."
Isn't this
Oh
like
my
this is like the 10th charity drive for him, isn't it? I thought I've seen
Second.
like
I think it's the second or third maybe.
For Jeremy?
He was hospitalized last time. Now he lost. His car got totaled or something.
damn.
like that.
I'm about to start just doing these fucking things to
not?
make money.
I know. Why not? I know.
It's a great. No, I
God.
don't know Jeremy from Adam, but
Yeah.
he might be a sweet man. But
Could be. Matt Terhune has a joke that I always remember. He's a good guy. I don't. You guys probably never met. I think he quit.
I know the name. I've never seen this guy, but
Last time I saw him was probably 3 or 4 years ago. He was talking about being broke and his child. He never got laughs. He never got laughs. Not a funny guy, but he's a nice guy. And I always remember this joke he told. It was really funny. He goes, "Yeah, my family grew up poor, and me and my brother one time I broke the couch. No, what happens when you break the couch and you're poor? Not a lot of couch for a while."
He was hilarious.
there is something kind of funny about these guys who like Vince McMahon, Diddy,
I
Trump.
respect
Trump.
Vince so much.
But like these guys who just attain so much money and power where they get to a point where they just feel like, and for a long time they can just order people around, do whatever the fuck they want
Oh yeah.
with like no ramifications. And sometimes it catches up to them, but sometimes it never does. It's
When
just kind of
by the-
funny to just
By the time it does, they're so old.
yeah,
it
they're
doesn't
old
matter.
or like almost dead. It's like
Yeah,
who
or
cares?
Cosby's,
yeah.
Cosby's thing before the raves, he was like he would like make people watch
Before
him
the
eat
what?
his lunch.
Like a sexually like thing. Like
That was just they wouldn't like jerk off to me. He liked making people watch, like get his food for him, and he made them watch him eat.
That's even more sick than like the Louis C.K. jerking off.
I'd
thing,
rather,
in a way.
I'd rather.
Oh yeah, you can't compare Louis to Cosby.
No. But,
Cosby was drugging women and sucking toes.
no, I know, but there's something more depraved about just watch me eat my lunch than like
Yeah,
watch me
that's-
jerk off.
yeah.
Like there's a level of
watch me jerk off.
Yeah.
Dylan Tucker at Phunniest did the fucking Cosby joke. He go, "You see that girl Bill Cosby said raped her? You ever see her? Who want to rape that ugly bitch?" I was kind of like,
but we're having fun with it.
the crowd was horrified.
Jesus. Oh, I meant to say this earlier, but I forgot. You know how we were talking about?
I'm pulling up this lineup one more time. That's why I'm taking my phone out. I want to
yeah.
say one more thing about it.
No, you know how we were talking about comics who will post pictures of people who are bombing and then they'll say like crushing or whatever. There's this kind of mass delusion in the comedy scene that goes on where everybody's like under this weird presumption because like they're like, oh, that person has clout or whatever, or they're perceived to be cool or good, so we
Yeah.
have to pretend that they're funny and crush all the time. I feel like that is the same thing when people are like, how did Nazi Germany happen? You're like that's how like you can do a direct line from like the weird delusional thing that goes on in Philly comedy to be like everybody just falls in line and yes, yeah, like, that's how Hitler fucking did it. Like
Yeah.
Und yes, mein Führer, your Pierre shock is very, very funny.
You really only need a medium amount of clout to make it, because then you can let people think they're getting in on the ground floor.
Yeah,
Right.
I guess that's Rogan. Well, because Rogan was obviously huge before that, but not like now before he moved to Austin. Like now he's the comic, like
yeah,
to the non-comic people.
$200 million.
no, but everybody like Rogan's not the comic though. Like everybody collectively admits that his stand-up is trash and he's
Yeah,
not
but-
funny at all. But they only pretend that he's funny because he has a platform that has
Yeah.
millions of listeners. He's
I
a good
agree.
podcaster and interviewer, but 100% of his stand-up is bad.
I was
Yeah.
talking.
But
I
to
mean,
the
are you
average,
gonna tell a guy
the
with
average
$100 million
non-comic
that he
fan.
sucks?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
That,
yeah.
Those are the people who matter way more than us, because you think about it, most people in the world have no idea what an open mic night is.
Oh yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
know
Well, as
open
they
mic
should
nights,
not know.
bar
It's
shows.
a
But
sick
we're
thing.
so
They don't
wrapped
know what
up
a-
in it that we forget that like
That's
the
what I'm saying.
normal world
So,
doesn't operate.
to the average person, people think that the best comics out there are Kevin Hart, like even Gillis is not a household name to the average person.
Dude, I took an Uber the other day and a guy like it just came up. I forget why, but I was like, "Do you know Shane Gillis?" And he was like, "Never heard of him."
Yeah, a lot of people have.
In my mind, I was like, "What?" And then I was like, "Oh wait, like this is not like."
we're
a-
We'll
way too-
compare him. Let's do the
Yeah.
Instagram follower thing, because I actually don't even follow him.
This was like a boomer guy though. So I don't know. You know, he might not be on Instagram, but like that for a second made me like rethink.
Right.
Not
oh,
that
for
I
sure.
thought that like everybody
Yeah.
fucking knew Shane Gillis, but like I was like, oh, like people have no fucking idea. Like normal people don't.
Well,
He's
you
not
look
a
at
household name for sure.
so Shane Gillis has 2 million Instagram followers, which for a comic is incredible.
That moment's in on you, dude.
Oh yeah, they're 6.
Good. Thank
Yo,
you.
Lukey, how long can you leave a 6 in?
Lucas is in man.
You're in, man? Okay, because I put a 6 in, and I within 2 minutes I'm ready to vomit.
Really? I
Yeah.
could put 2 6s in one time. Like,
Wow.
On the weekend, if I watch a movie.
Are you
I-
a big smoker or anything, or
chewing tobacco?
That's why.
Yo, he a
Chew
grizzly.
fiend.
Oh, okay.
Chew
Yeah.
fiend.
So that makes
That's
sense
why.
then. Yeah,
They-
yeah, okay.
All right, so this is my point about this. So Shane, he's probably like in terms of like touring comics, like popularity, a top 5 comic.
I'd
Yeah.
say he's number 1
Really, you think he's the most popular comic around? I'm not
right now.
disputing.
I think so.
Probably, yeah. He sells
Right.
out huge
So
arenas.
he has 2 million followers on the gram. I just looked up Bad Bunny in a similar position in music to him, 48 million.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know
That's
what I
an
mean? And I
excellent
know there's the
point.
Latin
Yeah.
odds, but like, you know what I mean? It's like Shane is as big in comedy as like, Sabrina Carpenter is in music.
Well, I
Yeah.
will say
But-
music is cooler than
Music
stand-up.
has a far more mass appeal than comedy.
It's
though.
because it's better.
yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. People don't know, like who Shane.
Right,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
completely agree.
Even the biggest,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Theo Vaughn is huge among comics, but regular people don't know who he is.
No, the people-
You're like
regular people
alt
have
if
no
you know
idea.
him in
Yeah,
regular society.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't hate Theo.
Well, I think the current funniest stand-up person right now is Trump.
Otis too. Oh.
Trump.
Trump. Oh, well, yeah. Trump is the funniest entity to exist probably ever. Like,
I think he's the funniest guy who's ever lived.
yeah, I agree.
I think it's Trump. I think
is.
It's
there's-
hilarious.
I mean, sometimes I'll just watch, like, I mean, many people have talked about watching old Trump clips, but the one that always gets me is his roast of Rosie O'Donnell. Just for like a minute and a half, he's like, "I'll send my friend to steal her woman. Like, she's a pig." It's so
I think
funny.
part of the reason why he's so funny is because he's not trying to be funny.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
trying to be funny.
I really don't think
He
so.
did something about Pete Buttigieg recently. Where he's
Yes.
talking about
They're on
him,
the bicycle.
and he goes, did you see Pete and his husband on a bicycle
Yeah.
together?
And then
How
he goes-
manly that is, 2 men on a bike.
and
That's
then he
very
goes,
nice.
loving relationship,
He's
beautiful
trying to be
relationship.
funny.
I
There's
mean,
no way you're that
dude,
funny on-
I think for the most part, he's really not.
No, he's just being himself, which is funny though.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but I don't. He's not doing like, oh, this is gonna crush. Like,
Right.
No, but he knows what he's doing. He's a smart guy.
I agree
know
with
this,
that.
but-
I think that the Pete Buttigieg, I think he meant to do that on purpose. 'Cause
Yeah,
the-
you can tell when he's
the
being like
tweet
cunty.
said,
but-
it said, this shows you how creative you have to be now because Trump wanted to call Pete Buttigieg a faggot, but now he just made up some imaginary scenario where he's driving his husband on a bike and it makes it a lot
Yeah.
Way
Yeah.
funnier than saying faggot.
But like
yeah.
when there's some tribe called like the Lumbee tribe that wants to get recognized as a tribe, and he's
Oh,
gonna,
that video
he's
where
going
he
to pass
signs
the
it? Yeah,
bill,
it's so good.
and he goes, "Okay, President Trump, this is the bill to help recognize the Lumbee people." He goes, "I love the Lumbee people." It's like, what the fuck?
Wait, one of the all-time funniest. I watch this probably like once a month just because it's so funny. Where Trump is doing the impression of the trans weightlifter.
Yeah, yeah, that's hilarious.
And he's like he's doing he's doing the actual woman. He's like, the woman comes up and she goes, and then the trans comes up and it's so funny.
Dude, after this, he needs to do like arena tours. He needs to.
He will.
And I
Yeah.
need to be his opener or a feature.
that would
I
be
need,
great.
I need
Oh,
to
that would
host
be
the
so
shows.
good.
If we could each go out there and do 15 before,
That
we
would
could,
be
the four of us could go out there together like the Impractical Jokers
Oh
and do
my
a
God.
four-person
Yeah.
show.
That
Oh
would
my
be so
God.
good. You mean the Impractical Gooners? That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
we're
yeah.
calling them, folks.
The
He called me interracial jokesters.
oh yeah, I got to say that again. People didn't get that on stage the first few times I said it. I said my grandmother called me up. She said, "What's that show with the cameras?" I think the line. I actually like this line. I haven't thought of that bit in years. Now I sound like I'm going into business for myself.
No.
But I don't even have a tripod with me. But I said, "What's that show where they have the cameras?" That's all of them there.
That's really funny.
But she said, "No, the interracial jokesters." It's like you get Sal, you get Joe.
Yeah, we got Murr, Q,
So
Sal.
funny.
You got Murr, you got
Shit.
Sal, you've
Yo,
got
tell that
Murr,
nigga he broke, Sal.
you've got Murr, Sal, Queer, Queer, Quinn, because Murr is queer.
So funny.
He is
Or
queer.
Joe, Sal, Queer, Murr, or Q. rather.
Frankincense and Murr.
Joe might be Sicilian, so he's black basically, right?
Pretty much.
Amen.
Yeah, and he cheats on his women, but he's not black because he feels bad about it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Or hitting on women. Joe, how about Murr saying, "Yeah, I'll get to you when you turn 18."
I didn't follow this Impractical Joker stuff
I
at all,
haven't
but
Right after, after Joe came out, Joe didn't even do anything, but he went to an inpatient rehab place to save his image.
for,
That's how you know something.
for what
really,
was it?
Blame it
Sex
on that.
addiction or what was
yeah,
it?
that's how you
Yeah.
know something really bad happened. Well, he left the Impractical Jokers in the midst of a scandal of him
Well,
cheating on his wife.
That's what my favorite comic, Chris D'Elia.
Chris D'Elia.
He's
yeah,
your
he-
favorite comic?
No.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank
Dude,
God.
why do
I'm
people
big
think you're
nasty.
being serious? Because you said that in front of John Bryce about He Who Shall Not Be Named.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
John Bryce
yeah.
is like, why people are gonna think you're being serious?
Yeah, I was like, why the fuck would I be serious about that? Yeah.
He-
What was I saying?
cen-
We'll do
censor
it
the
off
name,
camera.
censor the
I don't.
name,
I
yeah.
don't know. Yeah, you might.
He was saying,
Please
Serious?
edit that because he will murder me.
yeah, we
Yeah.
don't want to be killed.
I don't want to be
A
killed.
person who has nothing to lose, like people act like that's a cool, like badass thing.
Yeah, yeah, no.
And
that
it's like
dude
if a
will
guy's willing to
100%
fight
murder
on
me.
like he'll fight on like a Monday night.
Yeah, and that dude
You
will literally
cannot
murder me.
you cannot fucking do that.
Yeah. But yeah, and then Bryce was like, "Dude, like, are you serious?" And I was like, "Why the fuck would I be serious about that?" I don't know why people think I'm serious all the time.
Because they're not funny.
People
That's
are literally like,
Not John Bryce, but people.
No, it's-
showing-
it's-
Oh, I
just-
like Bryce. Yeah.
I love Bryce.
it's just shocking to be in comedy.
I like
and
him.
to see how many people who also claim to be comedians are so tone deaf and retarded. Like Steve Kane posted the GoFundMe, which is obviously a joke. He got a response from
There's a
that,
couple people.
that-
where-
Oh,
one guy-
I know what
and
guy.
that one guy gave like this lengthy
Yeah.
response, so serious.
Well,
as
that guy
well,
runs
we
the
know
naked
that
show,
guy,
so
yeah, that
he
guy's-
understands real
and-
con.
yeah,
and if
right,
there's-
right,
If
right.
there is one guy that I don't care if he doesn't
he's
book
as
me,
depraved as they come.
sickening,
I mean, please.
sickening. And if you do
That
that,
is
you're
truly
a fucking
depraved.
retard doing that fucking piece.
But for
of shit
anybody
show.
to see a post like that in PCN and be like, "Oh, this person really needs money for like a show," and they're or to be on the comedy class, who would ever think
Yeah, I mean,
that's
it's
real?
psychotic.
I don't know.
nuts. I mean, we
Yeah.
know from experience with this stuff. Like it's brutal.
Yeah. it's
Donate to that
psychotic.
goddamn GoFundMe for
Yeah.
Steve. Okay, I'm gonna steal the money
Yeah,
and buy blow
please,
with it.
Please, yeah.
No, I don't know.
But no, yeah, Chris D'Elia is my favorite comic. I love. But he went to rehab around that same for when all that stuff happened.
Yeah, there was that weird period in like the mid to late 2010s where it
Yeah.
was just like let's get every comic for anything they've ever done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember there was an article about like some woman wrote an article about like Aziz Ansari who like Didn't do anything bad.
If he did something bad, he'll have to says he's sorry.
She,
I remember.
There's the reel for this week,
Yeah,
Luke.
that's funny.
Lakshmi's son Aziz. We love Aziz, folks. Hey, look at Master of None. He needs to start apologizing for doing nothing.
Yeah.
Because that's what you were getting put away for at the day.
yeah, the article was just like a bad date. Like this one was just like
Seriously.
I went on a bad
He
date.
put his arm around me and I didn't feel comfortable. It's like,
Yeah,
then
and
you
it's
should have
just like,
fucking said
that's
something, you
just a
bitch.
bad
Like, what the
date.
fuck's
Yeah,
your problem?
yeah.
I mean,
I don't even have pity for these Louis women.
Louis C.K.
He asked him, he
Louis
said, "Can I
CK
jerk off?"
Did nothing wrong.
I agree. Yeah,
He's
he was
asked them,
fine.
he goes, "Can I jerk off in front of you?" They said yes. He jerked off in front of them, and then that was it.
But you know what's fucked up about that though?
What a fucking pig.
Something fucked up about that because people they don't know, like, people who aren't into comedy will like kind of peruse headlines or they'll see like a snippet of stories like that.
Just say women.
Women. So I have a friend who she knew nothing. She's not into comedy really. She didn't know anything about the specifics of the Louis C.K. thing. And this is after the scandal. I mentioned, I was like, "Oh, I'm going to see Louis live," and she was like, "Really? Like, isn't he a rapist?"
Yep.
I was like, "No, he's not a like." And then,
people
but then
can-
I seem like the crazy person. 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
like, he
Yeah.
like
I had the same thing happen.
he
to
jerk
me.
like he asked these women to jerk off. So I have to like try to defend a guy who is
Yeah.
like asking. But like, there's a big
Yeah.
difference between
Oh,
asking,
that's-
getting
yeah.
permission
Well,
to jerk off
I
versus
was
like
doing
The,
rape.
like,
the equivalent of that is it's like people can't understand the nuance that two things can both be wrong even if one is worse than the other.
Yeah, they're
it's
not,
not
on the same. All wrong.
stabbing
Right.
someone versus
Equally-
punching someone.
Yeah.
Both are wrong. If I went and punched an old lady in the face, that's really wrong. But you can't say that's not worse than me stabbing her.
Yeah, it's not worse than
Yeah.
you killing someone.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
at my college. We had a networking thing to try and get like jobs after college. And
Was Adam Flick in it?
No, he was not.
Oh,
He didn't DM the Widener Instagram for that. And we were talking about, like, I was just, he goes, some guys offered me, like, to own a company. And he was wearing a suit. I'm wearing a suit. And he goes, "What do you do for fun, Luke?" I go, "Well, this is when I started doing comedy. I'm all like gung ho about it. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, I do stand up comedy." He goes, "Oh, really? Who are some of your favorite comedians?" I go, "Oh, my favorite of all time is Louis C.K." He goes, "Yeah, Louis is very funny guy, but, you can't defend the fact that he's a rapist." And I was like,
This was at work?
"Is it Widener in
Oh,
my
it
school?" And I
was.
was like, "It's pretty funny, though."
Well,
yeah, it's
well, I don't
it's
think rape's
like
funny.
designed to like trip you up. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's fucked, dude.
And I'll tell you what, the thing about Louis is one of the bad ones, folks.
Wasn't that bad.
Urination too?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, I don't want to get like on a Louis dick suck, but he's like the best for sure.
Yeah.
I think.
He's my
So
personal
I
favorite.
was rewatching one of his specials recently, and it's like nobody compares.
I said this to my buddy Ziff. I think that, of course, but maybe bit. I think that's the greatest.
It's
bit
the best
ever
written
of all
bit of
time.
ever.
My
Yeah, I
favorite.
Never even
agree.
heard it.
Oh, it's my favorite
It's
one.
so,
is it?
yeah, it's so good.
Say it.
Oh, he says, "Well, of course, but maybe." And he was like, "Of course, peanut allergy is really bad, but maybe if touching a nut kills you, you deserve to die."
That's
I,
good.
I'm not doing it
He,
justice.
well, he says that like everybody has bad thoughts, right? You have like these dark thoughts, and you go like oh, of course, like the of course is the good thing that,
Right.
but maybe is like that part of you that's like sinister that wants it to
Right.
happen. So he's like, of course, like kids with nut allergies, they should be protected. They shouldn't like have nuts in their food. But maybe if killing a nut or if touching a nut kills you, you're supposed to die.
Oh, that's
And
funny.
then the next example he gives is like if you fight for your country, like if you go overseas and bring a gun and shoot at the enemy, like of course like you're brave, but maybe if you pick up a gun and go to another country, you get shot, it's not that weird.
Yeah,
And then the third example he gives is like slavery. He's like, of course slavery in all of its instances is really bad and horrible, but maybe how do we make those pyramids? How do we
Oh, that's funny.
traverse the nation of rowers? We threw Chinese people in caves and blew them up. And
yeah.
how do we have this amazing microtechnology? It's
Yeah.
like we have Chinese people and factories that jump off the roof. And
yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the best bit ever written. I think
yeah,
it
it's
is.
amazing.
I told you this. This is a nice little quaint story I have.
Do you think that's better than One Horse Open Sleigh from Michael Mack?
Nothing can be that.
That's a
nothing-
hard. Yeah, that's hard.
I met this guy at my gym. He's like 93 years old, and he can walk. He can work out. He can operate. He has a smartphone, and I'm talking to him. He's like an old black guy, 93-year-old black guy. And I was talking to him, and he was mentioning the fact. He goes, "Yeah, me and my wife moved up here from Washington. We actually met seeing Dr. King live at Washington D.C. He saw Martin Luther King live." And I was
Talking
like,
about him like he's fucking the Beach Boys.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he saw Martin Luther King live, and I said, "Well, buddy, I saw Helium Comedy Club, so
Yeah.
I got you beat, brother."
And I'll tell you, you can tell there's no God because the one who deserved to be shot wasn't. Oh my God, he is so bad.
Do you edit out his name or do you leave it?
Well, I don't care. Leave it in.
I'm gonna edit it out.
Really? I
Yeah.
shit on him earlier though. You won't remember where it was.
I'll re-listen. I'll re-listen.
Are you?
What
are
do you guys big heads?
Are you editing? Are you editing his name out? Because I'll say something about him.
Yeah, I'll edit his name out.
All right. He who shall not be named. It might have been like the Nightcap show or something at Helium that I was at for whatever reason. Shut up. He was like
Poor
the
Luke
host.
should have listened to this whole fucking podcast
He was-
before he
I
left
listened
it
to
out.
one podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
No, he was the host of it that night, and I just remember it was like the lowest energy, just like most depressing thing I've ever seen. He just like went up there and just basically like breathed into the mic like, "Hello, I'm
Worst-
Pathetic.
The worst
It was-
job is I saw him host Helium one time, and this is like he was doing the set after the contestants, so they're counting the votes, and it was just so long and it was so fucking.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I don't know.
I think that might be it because that was
Yeah.
the worst set I'd ever seen.
It was
somebody have
horrible.
ever.
Yeah.
Even Cam was like, "Oh boy, it's rough." Like,
Wow. Oh, Campbell's a great shit talker.
Yeah, yeah.
We got to get him. I haven't heard back from him about when he's coming in. He has to come in. He's a good man, that Campbell.
We do love
I feel like
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I'm like some great comic or anything like
You
that,
are.
but
you are.
I
You
don't
are.
know.
Sincerely, you are.
The G
Thank you.
stands for great.
No,
You're a
I
great
didn't
kid.
think we'd have you in our house if
Thank
we
you.
did.
But at least like at minimum when I do like any comedy thing, I at least try to like be entertaining. You know what I
Yeah.
You
mean?
want to put on a good show.
Whether or not I like make the crowd die, like, I'm trying to just at least I project my voice. I try to make some sort of like.
You've got
Some people go up there and like you can't hear them. They mumble. I'm like, what is that person saying? I at least try to be like audible,
Yeah.
project.
Yeah.
Have
And like
energy.
something, yeah, like a little something,
Give it some
and
energy,
some of these
yeah.
people, you can't hear them. They just seem like they don't want to be there. I'm like, why are you fucking even?
Yeah, why
talking
even
to
doing
me?
this? Yeah, yeah. Otis, I will say, I don't know if I've ever seen you with just the hair, like not tied up.
Did you like it?
Love it.
Really? Oh yeah, the
Huge fan.
Jesus thing. That's why I have.
Huge fan.
Thank you. I'll wear it down more. I feel it makes me more like I guess it's over. Luke has heard me bitch about this for like probably a year and a half now. I've become too normalized to the regular comics. I'm not the
Yeah.
outcast I once
Yeah,
was,
yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
depressed about it. I was hoping
Yeah.
Trump was my last salvation for him winning
yeah,
again.
yeah.
But
I-
but no, I'm saying the hair
I
down
love
makes
it.
me seem too normal, too likable.
That's fair. Yeah,
But the women love it.
I love it as
and
well.
I'll
I'd
beat
love
them.
to see Lukey with maybe some nice long locks.
I've been telling Luke had
Just
longer
twist it
curls
up
for
I
a
would
while.
love that. I
There's a
get
few
twisted
episodes of
up.
this very show where I'm gonna find it. There's a reel where you've got some really long hair.
really.
Yeah.
I gotta see your black ass and jury
I
curls.
want to get some cornrows, man.
Cornrows.
Cornrows.
My
would be
mom one
awesome.
time is like, "Luke, you should get corn." My mom talks like RFK Jr. She's like, "Luke, you should get cornrows. I can braid them for you." And I was like, "Fuck no, no, absolutely not." She goes, "Why not?" And I'm like, "That's gay." She goes, "Oh, stop."
Dude,
That would be awesome.
you've been on a tear though lately in terms of like doing well in front of various audiences.
Oh, you've been crushing.
Like
Every
yeah, the
time I've
last
been
the last
watching
3 or
Otis,
4
he's been
times I
crushing.
saw you, you did really well. And
Murdering.
even in front of those like there were 4 or 5 non-comics at the wet mic. You know what I'm talking about earlier this Tuesday, and like they were laughing
Oh, they loved it. Yeah,
with
they
the whole
did.
tripod thing. Yeah,
They
yeah.
Brownies. I had a really great set. That was the probably the best set I've had in a while. The one I had at Brownies that
Wow.
night. And then Luke, I couldn't find the picture, but you're off the hook. Goddamn it!
Okay.
But there's an
I would
old
love
one.
to see it.
There's an old one of Luke where you've got like I think it might have been from the barber college when you went there. You're like out here on the front, but they shaved real tight on the bottom. and it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
whoa, my
Blowout.
god!
That's a blowout.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a great set last night too, Otis. Unbelievable.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
was
was
great.
happy with it.
Yeah.
What did I say about Boss?
I was telling Joe in the car on
Oh,
the way
yeah.
here. You were like, "Boss isn't here," so I bet some 4 out of 10 your pussy destroyed right now. Yeah,
Cargo shorts around the ankles.
yeah. Oh yeah, the cargo shorts around the ankles.
Oh
are
my
so
god, I
good.
said that about him. That's hilarious. Yeah,
that's
I've been.
great.
I really have. I've been on a good kick lately,
Yeah.
and even 2 Street I did well. I was talking about what I've been doing. I've been like I try to write bits now that there's a lot of room for messing around. So
Yeah,
where if
yeah.
you've seen the bit before, like the one about the pasta names,
It's so good.
Oh,
I
I
could
love
do.
that.
I have like 7 or 8 names, so I
Yeah,
could
I
do
get
the
it.
bit
Yeah,
in
yeah.
front of people.
That-
Shells, yeah,
that-
shells. Is
I
so
think-
good.
I don't know if I kind of stole from it, but that kind of helped me with my one bit about like how black girls have like vaccine names.
No, that's all right.
Yeah, I kind of that kind of inspired. that.
Listen, you could black girls. I don't own black girls having wild names. They're gonna do that forever. You know, an apostrophe. And I'll tell you what, when you're into, I said this. This was a joke I made in high school to a kid about substitute teachers. Maybe I got to say this. If the teacher can't pronounce the girl's name, she'll go, "Oh, that's pretty." what is it? There's 6 A's in your name. There's 6 A's in a 3-syllable first name and 2 apostrophes. Oh, that's pretty.
I will say black girls / black women are some of the funniest people out there.
No, they aren't.
Some
You're saying that because you're gay.
no. Well, maybe. Yeah,
Let me
maybe,
urinate.
maybe
Number
I,
2.
No, me and John, we went to the same school growing up, like same high school, same elementary school.
No,
He's like 4 years
I
older than
graduated
me,
like
yeah.
the year he was a freshman. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm Unk. I'm
But,
the Unk of the
you're
Philly
Unk,
comedy
yeah.
community.
No,
yeah.
we
I'm White Unk.
we've talked about how there's plenty of like nasty black girls that we grew up with who kind of if you're like an unassuming
Whitey,
cutesy
honky?
white guy with like
Yeah.
a nice ass, like they go after you.
Oh,
Oh, they
you
loved
look-
me.
you look
Joe
cute
Jay!
today. Oh, Joe Jay!
Look at that ass. So
Yeah,
like
they used to call me Big Booty Judy.
yeah. So there's
Yeah.
this weird interplay between like gawky, awkward white boy with like these like fat black bitches.
Yeah.
No, I did a bit about that one time about how like how come like weird like white gay guys act like black girls.
No, it's
Yeah.
true.
You know, girl, I'm that bitch. Don't
Yeah.
follow me on like your name's Ethan. Ethan
Yeah.
Hohenschnauer. Like
Well,
what the
It's
fuck?
actually Ethan with 3 A's.
and I put the hoe in Hohenschnauer. You feel me?
Well, people do say that gay culture is taken from black
Yeah,
women
there's a
culture.
saying-
That's a thing that people
They're saying
say.
there's a saying that white women straight white women steal from black women, and then the gay white men steal from the white women who stole from the black women.
Yeah, that's
I
the
don't-
bottom.
Yeah,
of the,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
that's kind
I
of a
understand
pity
like
thing, but
any like kids of like minority immigrants, they always adapt like black culture. So like my buddy Mebin, who was one of my best friends from college, he was friends with his Indian friends. They belong to an Indian church together. They always call each other nigga. It's like you guys couldn't be
shit.
farther from.
There is
niggas.
an Indian pipeline of like guys who wear like LeBron James jerseys.
Well, it's
and,
not
like,
just Indian. It's like Asian,
Yeah.
like
Well,
Chinese.
yeah, that
Mexicans,
too.
La-
Yeah.
Lakshmi's in that pipeline. I
Sure,
think.
Lakshmi is in that pipeline.
Yeah, Lakshmi.
And we love Shmi.
Lakshmi's the head nigga in charge.
Really?
Large
Are we
in
at,
charge.
are we out of soap in the bathroom, Luke? I think I got to get more soap. We're out. I just realized we're out of
I
soap.
think that might be.
It's all right. I only went in
Are
there
we
to do
still,
my hair.
Is our audio still getting picked up? We still good?
Yeah, we're still good.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of Indian pipelines, let's talk about Shotgun. One of our one of our favorite comedians. Though that's that speaks, I think, to what you said about there's no one more prevalent. I think, and that's including all the other people that might be out there. I think there's no one more blatant about. There's a comic we know. I'm not going to name the. I didn't name the actual name, and no one would know who would know we were talking. There's some people. They're so funny that their humor sprays out like pellets until you wish you were dead.
Yeah.
And this person will just beg to get on every fucking show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
The begging is kind of gross.
Yeah, I don't have it in me.
I
Dude,
think I've
I've-
only ever slid into like I've been doing comedy for like 3+ years now.
Yeah.
Slid into maybe like 3 or 4 DMs.
I
Yeah.
did once
I've
and got
done, yeah.
rejected, and then I never did.
Yeah.
it.
and
I've
I'm
never
just like,
done it.
Yeah.
Chuck and Camel and I were talking about how none of us have ever done it. I've never
Yeah,
asked somebody
I did
can I
it
get on
once.
something.
I was like 2 months, 3 months into comedy, so I shouldn't have been doing.
No,
it.
we should do that more. Like we'd be better off if we
I
did
just
it.
feel weird about it. It makes me feel gross.
Because you have
Yeah.
pride.
That's
Yeah, you have you have
I just go, what am I
self-respect.
doing? I'm like selling myself.
More than that, you think that your work should speak for itself, which is how any
That is
creative
how I
really
do
feels.
feel
Right.
about it. I go, not saying that I am, but I go, if I'm funny enough, then this will happen.
Right,
Yeah.
and
I
that's
don't
just so
need to
wrong.
do
That's so like
anything else.
that's the perfect way to think about it in terms of just you grow up in the world. You think if you put an honest effort into something and you have some talent for it, that you should be good.
Yeah.
But the combination of talent and working hard means nothing.
No.
in-
Comedy
in-
is not a meritocracy.
No.
No.
it's not.
Oh.
Definitely
And
not.
I think that like at
no,
least
it's
from
it's disgusting. Is
Yeah,
what
no,
it is.
yeah,
it's
it's
depraved. Yeah.
yeah, it's
I
really
think
depraved.
from my experience, like, not that I'm some wise and sage or anything, but doing a few years in, like I had like this when I was in like a year-ish or whatever, I started to feel really like, oh, I'm getting some shows and shit, and like that started to speak to my ego, and I thought like it was going to be that kind of upper trajectory.
Yep.
But then you get a few more years in, and like you just are kind of at the same place, and you're just like, oh, this is like a slog.
Yeah, but it's like I've done all the shows, so it's
It's
like
like, yeah, what else?
what
yeah,
am I-
you kind of
you know what I mean?
kind of
It's like,
plateau.
I was talking about like the fucking like the I'm trying to, any show, like I was thinking about like the Rotten Ralphs. I hadn't been there in a while. Sam and Jared run that. It's a great room. I love it. But it's like I did their show a couple years ago and everything, and it's like now I see hacks that are on it and everything because you keep doing show. And I learned this from what I have to book, especially on the high minded and everything. It's like we're lucky there are a lot of everybody at 13 is down to get high.
Yeah.
Because all the people that I like, if they said no, I would think like and there are people who'd want to be on it, but it's like, if I had to book a show every week, like,
Oh, it's exhausting. Yeah,
oh
there's
my
no way.
God,
Every month it
There's
would be
not-
horrible too.
Yeah, there's not enough people.
there's just not. But everybody ends up getting. So it's. But what I'm saying is, it's like, so you'll have somebody who's like 6-7 months in, and then they're on a few bar shows, and it's like, so am I supposed to just like, as a means of showing that I'm still relevant, bullying these people into letting me on their shows again? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like, if you do a show, there should be like, unless it's a rule, like, I'll usually do like the Fenris Honeybrook room once a year. I'll do the La Cava. Well, I've only done La Cava once, but he's only been running that for a year. But I'll have to get. I'm sure we'll all do that again one day.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like, I should not be doing that. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't need to be doing these same shows once every 3. You know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah,
To get
yeah,
on these
yeah,
things.
yeah,
Shows I've already done. I'm not gonna like grovel to get on them again. It's just retreading it. It's just. There's so many people who want to be comics, and there's so many funny people, and then there are the people who are. There's so few people making a living off it.
Right.
And I feel like the market's more oversaturated than ever.
100%.
I mean, look at in Philly, who is making a living solely off comedy? Literally,
No one.
not one of the
Nobody.
comics we named.
No one. No one that we know, really.
No one.
Nobody.
No one. Literally every comic I know has a job.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, my max out goal of like this would be my dream is making like enough to where I can pick up like 20 hours a week at like Target.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be like a job where I don't have to think. Like I work in the stockroom,
Yeah.
and then I do stand up the other whatever.
That'd be
like-
perfect.
Yeah, that is literally my dream.
Mm.
I make enough money, but then I have like a mindless job where I don't have to think about anything for 20, 25 hours a week.
I
That
agree.
is perfect for me.
Yes.
I would love that.
I'll tell you, in this world, you just can't expect to have money no matter what you do.
Right,
It's
yeah,
just
of
like,
course. I mean,
this economy is so fucking terrible.
I'm fine. I'm legitimately broke for like the first time in my life, and it's nuts.
Oh,
Because I did everything right. I have a full-time job, and this is me getting on my soapbox a little bit.
no, do
I
it.
did what they told you to do. Like,
Yep.
you have to go to college, get a good job, and I'm still, like, I'm the poorest one out of, like, all of my friends.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Well, it's,
Yeah.
And I did
So-
it the right way.
so many people
fucked.
get like there'll be some kind of like way of rationalizing it where they'll end up getting like 20 grand in like a lump sum from their parents when they
Yeah,
finish college
yeah.
or something. And it's like I don't even resent these people now. It's outside of like arrogance, because it's like, if I had a kid, and I'm not having a kid because it's like, I mean, first of all, I don't want one. And I outside of sex, I don't think there's any reason to have a kid. Like, because not with the wife, but to have sex with the kid. And
It feels good.
yeah, I mean, listen, you have a little kid who looks like you to suck your balls, but it's like, fuck. No, but it's like, I would want my kid to be privileged. Like, I'm,
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. That's what you
Yes,
want.
that's
yeah.
the goal.
so it's like,
Yeah.
I've been poorer in my life than I am now, but only when I was a kid. And it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know what, like, this is the poor, but like, actually, I've been poorer than I am now in my adult life too, but I'm very poor.
Yeah,
It's like-
yeah, it's
Well,
real.
I don't know how closely. I don't even know how much time we have. I don't want to open up a rabbit hole here.
No, I'm going longer. We're doing at least another hour now.
Oh, shit. Well, all I was gonna say was I've been like watching a lot of stuff and reading a lot of stuff about this coming AI revolution. Like
It's here.
Yeah, well, it's here, but like also like it's here, but like we're on the precipice of
That's
basically
true.
like all
I
of
gotta
the
push back on this.
We can.
Yeah,
It's been
all-
ChatGPT with the cute things like the action figures. It's normalized too many people.
So-
No, but I don't think it's
I don't
gonna
think they
do
are.
anything.
No,
Sorry,
but-
I'll let you finish.
all I was gonna say was all of the experts, and I don't put that much faith in the experts. They could be wrong. They've been wrong a lot, but like if you take with a grain of salt, but like just put it as one piece of the pie. Many of the experts are saying that 20% to 40% of white collar jobs in the next like 10 to 20 years are going to be gone because of AI. So
Yeah.
basically, we're heading into this radically disrupted economic situation pretty soon that our economy cannot handle. And people are it's gonna basically like change the entire foundation of
Yeah.
what we expect our economy to be.
I agree
And we're
with
not ready.
that, but the people who say like AI is gonna like take us over and like we're gonna be ruled by AI and stuff, that people seem to be legitimately afraid of that. And all of the stuff you watch from AI, it's all the dumbest and like shittiest quality.
They get most
stuff.
of the Google questions wrong. I get that it's in its infancy.
And it's because it's not. It's like a large language. It's called large language models. Like it doesn't think. It just takes in everything and then spits back out something based on what you tell it.
yeah,
It doesn't think.
It's
for
really
itself.
for-
It's not
for, like,
capable of it.
the
No, but-
50-year-old woman.
Yeah,
That's
of
who
just
it's
like
for.
I don't want to have a. Yeah,
But-
it's not capable of like creating its own thought.
Yeah, maybe.
Because
but
it's taking it. It's not creating anything new.
but
it's just
but
taking
think
in
about
stuff.
how quickly technology has advance in the last 20 some years, right? We went from our early childhood, like we were all born in like mid to late 90s. I was born 97. So we went from like no phone to flip phone to iPhone to
I mean, it's
AI.
in the last 10
So
years,
it's like to us, it's all relative, but like to the span of humanity that's existed, like we've been people for like 200 some thousand years.
Yeah.
If you plot that on this graph, like the upswing of it
from
is
like
like
the
it's going
first
up
wheel
crazy.
to the car is so many years.
Yes.
And
Think-
now
think
it's
we
been
went
like
from
and it's like going
30
up.
years from 67 to 97 versus 90s, because that's when my parents were born around that like era. So their first 30 years, the technological advancements to our first 30 years, it's like
it's
Night and
crazy.
day.
we
It's
have to adapt.
exponential, yeah.
That's why I think people like it. People get weird over like people in their 20s and 30s feeling nostalgic about things as much as we do. But it's like
How can you
we've
not?
had so much go by.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
Right.
Yeah.
it's insane.
Until like 10 years ago, there's still like discs, like CDs or video game discs.
Yeah.
That was very prevalent. Now
Yeah,
it's not
now it's
prevalent
all
anymore.
digital. Yeah.
And now like we've entered this weird morass of media and information where there at least used to be like our parents' age, they had a few channels to tune into to get the news. Now it's so much splintered and fractured with how everybody is consuming information. Like all of our own algorithms, we even admit it, it's like different. And like you can talk to somebody that you think is like really close to you, but what they consume as reality and like the news or whatever is like completely different from what you just got, right?
And
And it kind of pivots around like political figures somewhat, and it's like if you hate this guy, you're gonna see a totally different thing than if you like this guy.
oh yeah.
And
Well,
the
I
technology
have a
gives
few
it to you.
theories on this. I think most of the big AI things we see, like of where it'll be Trump on Rogan saying, and when we got George Floyd and the fent reactor, I think that's a way to normalize AI to the outcasts like us who would normally be most resistant to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because something like that is something that would make us laugh, but not most people, at least not in a way that they'd be able to admit.
Yeah.
So that's something to normalize the AI to us. But I'm saying that eventually, and probably not far off, there's going to be a time where we can't tell what's the difference. Like now we can always tell what AI are.
It's so obvious to me the difference now.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. And this is kind of a counterpoint to what you were saying because it's the opposite. Like AI art. Do you remember? You guys aren't wrestling guys, but did you see Jericho got roasted because the new Fozzy album art is clearly AI?
I didn't see that.
Oh, I'm gonna pull it up for you. It's this album art they just put out because that's something the creative community is very anti art, like album art being because it's a guy who could get paid to do it that's not getting paid to do
takes
it.
away a job,
And but they put out. I gotta find it. It's under me. Here's this. Beyond being AI, it's lame as fuck. But this album art is super AI, and you can tell what it is. But I'm worried that in time you won't be able to.
That's what I'm worried about. I remember other people were saying on Twitter, like, people had that Studio Ghibli thing where you make like your own
Oh yeah.
animated picture of whatever you
Yeah.
want. People were like, you guys need to stop using AI art because it's it's really hurtful to like the art community. Like you guys should just pay actual artists, which makes sense. But like, you want to get a picture of Hitler kneeling on George Floyd's throat.
Yeah, you
Just
gotta use
just
AI
Use the
for that.
AI.
Right.
You
Yeah,
can't hire somebody
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
But if I had the talent to do that, I'd do that for a job.
Right.
Look at this. This is the Fozzy album cover. You can pass the phone around to them. I mean, we can tell clearly that that's AI that came up with that.
But I think if you have the slightest
That is
bit of
horrible.
context,
That's
with
horrible.
I'm
You're
just saying.
able to you're able to discern it.
Right, but in 2031, will we be able to?
I think if you have a little bit of context, you can.
And
Well-
and another thing is I don't think people care. I'm sorry. I got a
That's
rant.
another thing.
I got
People don't
triggered.
care.
Oh,
They
I
don't
have
care.
I have a friend
He's
who
triggered, folks.
he's a big tech guy, and he told me recently he doesn't care if AI replaces jobs. He doesn't care if AI replaces art. He thinks if a song is AI and you like it, what does it matter?
I mean, if it replaces jobs and we get like UBI and we have,
But
like,
we're
enough
not gonna
money-
We aren't going to
Like,
get UBI.
right.
They're
but
not
I'm
gonna
saying
do that,
If, like
yeah.
then who gives a fuck? But like,
They're not going to do that though.
right.
There's only a
yeah.
finite amount of jobs out there, and there's already too many people for all
I
of
mean,
them.
you could argue the Biden term 2020.
Well, it was AI as hell, right?
That was AI.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
We
yeah,
didn't know
of
who that
course.
was.
That was Hunter
the
Biden.
guy
AI.
who gets tested more. The president of the United States gets more medical tests than maybe anyone alive. So it took us getting to stage 4 prostate cancer
Dude.
before.
Every doctor that is like a cancer
Yeah.
doctor is like, there is no way
Yeah.
Yeah.
that he developed this aggressive form of cancer in the last 200
Thank
years.
God
Yeah.
he wasn't. He's still not the president because if he was the president,
How
and it
funny
came
would
out-
that
and it
be?
came out the
He was president
he
on
was.
January 19th.
Right, and he's
That's 4
had
months ago.
He's had cancer
To
for 2
February
years.
to March to April
Yeah.
to May.
He
That's
has
4
had
months
cancer
ago.
for 2 years at least.
Yeah.
There's no way
what
that
if that came
level.
out while he was president?
That's what it would have
been.
They wouldn't have let
fuck up that debate so bad. That's how they would have got
I know.
Harrison.
No,
He
I'm
would have
saying-
run.
because-
He would have
Oh,
run.
and he could have won if he didn't fuck up those debates that bad. He could have won.
But there's no universe where he doesn't. Is what I'm saying.
right.
You know what I
But-
mean? Because it was
What
too
where he
far
doesn't
gone.
run?
No, where he doesn't
Doesn't
fuck
fuck
up those
that up,
debates.
yeah.
It would have
Yeah,
been
you're
so
right. You know what I mean?
insufferable if he was still in the office and he came out they had cancer because everybody would be like, well, he has cancer. Like, we know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but the left would be like, oh no, Joe Biden does not have cancer, and if you think so, you're
Well, just like when
ableist.
somebody called me a Nazi in a mic once because I said he was too old to be president.
Who
this
called-
was
what?
a random woman, and this is when he was first. Like this is right after he won. I said, "Yeah, I just think Joe Biden's too old." And somebody after came up to me and said, "You're a Nazi."
I mean, it's crazy.
That's
How'd they
not-
do
Like
that?
that Joe Biden, the guy who's going to be dead in 6 months.
Yeah.
Actually, we have to censor that because you can't say the president's going to be dead.
Well, he's an ex-president though.
Still, you can't
Oh,
do
yeah, you
it.
can't say it.
But if think about this, if this came out right now, say he won, if this came out right now, because I think like he would have done better than Harris in terms of the national. There's a lot of older Democrat voters that still vote.
Trump just had he
was going to win. He was
Yeah,
going
he
to
had
win.
the edge,
Yeah.
especially after
But-
the assassination attempt.
That
of the
was
year.
big too.
That
Well,
was-
I'll tell you what. The day of, Luke and I were pretty nervous.
of the election.
Oh, we were really nervous.
Yeah, I didn't think I was like, there's no way Trump loses.
Oh my
I'm
God! Do
convinced-
you remember the guy who convinced us? Who texted us at 9:00 at night and said, "This is in the bag. I'm going to bed."
Yeah, Mike. Yeah, Mike.
Our
said
friend Mike Steve. You would love Mike Steve, Joe. God, I want you.
Is
to
that the
meet
guy
him.
you worked with at the supermarket back in the day?
Oh yeah, you know all the story.
I
Me,
do.
and Luke and him went to Trump to see him talk. Him and Dr. Oz. We went to. He's just one of the sickest men there's ever been. When
He's
we
a
first
sick ghoul.
when we first became friends, we were teenagers, and he told me there was this news anchor in our town. He's like, "So I've got it. Like, we got to take a ride out through like the back mountain one day because I've got it like down to like 2 miles where she has to live based off where she puts her." And he'll be like, "And the thing with her husband, there's nothing to him. Why is she with this guy?"
Can we talk about what he said about his friend's brother's
Oh my God!
sister-in-law?
So this guy gets angry every time he sees a fucking a hot girl with a bad guy, and which we all do to an extent, but it ruins his day. And our friend has like in our same group. So me and this guy Mike, we have a friend who's also in the group, like a lifelong friend, and that guy has a brother who has a girlfriend with a really hot sister. Okay, that's how far removed this is. So this is our mutual friend's sister-in-law's sister, and she was with this like schlubby looking guy, and he goes, well, it makes sense that she's with him. I mean, look at him. Double chin, not tall, obese. Why wouldn't she love him?
Yeah.
But Joe, you had something to say, and I talked over. I'm sorry.
I don't even. It
You were
wasn't
talking about
important.
AI.
No, I was just bemoaning the fact
You
that I
need to
think
go back on him. I think people won't be able to tell soon. I think people dumb themselves. I think the AI right now that they could be putting out is more advanced, and this is a
Yeah.
calculated thing where they're trying to like ease you into it.
Yeah, it's so you don't think that by 2035 to 2040 a significant number of white collar jobs are going to be overtaken by AI?
No, I don't disagree with that. But
I-
I think it's
All the
impossible
data entry
for,
ones,
that's
for
still
sure.
far in
Oh,
the
yeah.
future. I don't.
No, it's not far in the future. It's we're at
relatively
2025.
spe-
Well,
relatively speaking,
10 to 15 years,
is-
yeah.
Like as far as technology.
I
goes.
think that's
Who
a
knows?
conservative estimate because you look at the way things have just with everything is face recognition now. I mean, remember when the iPhone 10 came out and it was the
Yeah.
face thing, and I was nervous about that.
I don't do face on my phone. I'm
No,
like,
no,
Oh,
neither do
do.
I.
Oh, I do.
Really?
I just I might be fucked with that.
No, you're in because I've had to do it for like Instacart, doing Instacart before.
But,
I had you
Oh,
have to scan your face in.
Yeah.
But
And
basically,
then-
this is kind of an aside related to the AI thing, but like Sam Altman, the guy who founded ChatGPT, and Elon Musk, and several of these other like big AI people, I've seen interviews of them where they basically admit to and estimate that there's basically an 8% to up to 20% at the utmost chance that AI and its consciousness, whatever it evolves to, wipes us out. And they just talk about it like blasé. They're like, well,
How
yeah,
would that
there's gonna-
happen though? That's the thing I've never understood is that how would it have wants? How would AI have desires?
That's the thing. I think.
But
also
we don't
you-
even understand what it is.
I think you
You're right. I
also-
really don't
don't
understand what it
understand
is.
I think you also have to understand that these guys have stake in making that claim.
That's true too.
You know what I mean?
But
they
what
have
posit-
an
doesn't that
interest.
make isn't that more negative press for AI than positive?
I think people just go, well, I don't. I
These
guess it would be
people
negative
are
press.
billionaire,
That's
drug
it.
addict, insane,
tech
fucking
overlords.
freaks.
Psychos. Yeah.
That's
They
the
should
thing.
all-
I was gonna say
These
that,
guys
yeah.
are fucking nut jobs. They all do
Yeah.
cocaine. They all do.
Ketamine,
They all
yeah.
have
Yeah,
sex
they
with
do
kids.
like weird sex
They
parties.
drink blood. They
Yeah.
they drink blood. They have sex with each other. They wear blue dresses, and it's just disgusting. But like I do think that AI is going to replace the white collar jobs.
I agree. I agree with that.
I think
as
it's going to happen soon. But the thing is, if your job gets replaced by AI, is your job that important?
well. Also a good point.
No, it probably
is
isn't.
important because it
But
feeds
what
the
do you do?
person and like it's important because if we just
But
lost.
aren't these the same arguments that people have with like computers and like Microsoft?
I agree,
That's also a good
But
point.
it's about the
but
scale
look
and
at the way the
speed.
world is. Look at the faith people have in the economy now versus 60 years ago. All these car plants being shut down for this shit has not been good ripple effect wise.
No.
It's been
Yeah,
good for the
I
people
agree.
at the
It was
top.
just, it was more with blue collar jobs, and I'm not saying this is bad, but it was a more stuttering, longer thing as the factories and the jobs were
You
shipped
think it's gonna,
overseas.
like, fall off a cliff,
It
is
was
what
it
you're
was it was kind of like a
100%.
longer timeline for it where we could somewhat absorb it, but they're
Right.
Yeah.
saying what's coming now is going to be so quick and so precipitous that like there's going to be this dramatic like you're just going to have a mass of people that don't have jobs suddenly, and then
Yeah.
they're going to be like, what do
Yeah.
I fucking do?
Which
I
You're
say
not
this as a
supporting
guy
me.
whose job will definitely get replaced.
Yeah, me
Probably.
too.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
I'm not arguing with any of that stuff. The AI taking over. It's
Yeah.
not sentient. It's not going to be sentient because the principle of AI, and I'm not like some fucking tech wizard either. I don't really know anything about it.
That's what they prey upon, though. Us not knowing. I agree.
They're called large language models. So it's like a predictor thing. Like it takes in a bunch of information and then it spits out based on all the information that it takes in what you want. So you can't create like a consciousness.
but what is the difference?
off of that?
But we don't even understand what our own consciousness is versus that. How is what we do versus that different?
Well, we're creating our own. I don't know. This is gay, but like we're also creating like our own reality every second.
Yeah.
You know what my
But
mom would
as we
say
are
about
for
this
them.
conversation? Leave it up to Jesus.
Yeah. No, but see, well, that's what happens. You get to such this rabbit hole type thing where you don't have any answers, and you get to this crazy like everything is fucking arbitrary and subjective, and
Yeah.
then but then people try to insert a arbitrary objectivity that comes through Christ. Or some sort of deity, but I think that is actually kind of a good path because you have to kind of get
that's the
people
path
back
I'm on.
towards.
There's a lot of young people that revert back to the religious thing because it's their only way as a means of rejecting
Making sense of like
this
yeah,
bullshit.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's crazy how the world is now because everything is like I think what people really resent about things like AI, things about all the facial recognition is the constant feeling not just of being watched for like being put it like
Yeah.
they're going to
It's
put me
intrusive.
away.
Yeah.
It's you like it's the spending habits they want. They want to know what to advertise to us.
Well, that's what all of this is actually for.
Yeah, and
Let's
they
not
think
forget
it's a
about that.
benefit. It's like, why wouldn't you want? Look, we could show you more things that you'll like.
Yeah.
It's like how Fanatics has taken over the world.
That's what social
You know-
media is for. It's for them to sell you stuff.
Yeah,
It's not
Yeah.
for you to post, whatever.
yeah.
Not for you to post, oh, this guy's crushing when they're bombing at a mic. It's so
Right.
Fanatics can sell
That-
you a Jalen Hurts jersey.
Yeah. Well,
That's
you look at
literally what all of this is for.
we've seen more of I think, and it's gone under the radar a lot of the ways in the last. You remember there used to be all these different shops and like sports because every guy who likes sports buys. Joe, you're out on this. I'm sorry, but buys the sports. The shirts are just as important. Like there's,
Oh,
you know what I
great.
mean?
Yeah, you want the
But,
gear.
but do you
Yeah,
remember when Fanatics and Lids were two different websites?
Yeah.
Then it bought Lids, and then WWE was its own thing, and now it's gone there. And it's always like, well, the sales used to be the hat would be marked down to 12, then 15.
Yeah.
Now it's on sale for 24,
Mhm.
and it's
Yeah.
always like that. There's always less options. Mergers are
Same
never
thing
good.
with our housing.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Who owns all the apartment complexes? Who owns all the buildings? It's fewer and fewer entities.
Well,
and
no,
you can extrapolate. Well, it's interesting because you can extrapolate out from sports memorabilia to the most insane
Yeah.
construction companies.
First they
out
took
there.
my kids, then they locked my bank account.
Basically, we're
Lukey
just
Kincaid.
Kanye fans.
When I saw Tay yesterday, we both hummed it together.
That's
We
great.
went.
He's
Da-da-da-da-da.
He's a gem.
Oh, he's hilarious.
We love Tay, folks.
Yeah, he's hilarious. But it's crazy. Yeah, less options, less things to buy from. There's more. There's just everything is better for the people at the top, and they have so much influence that they convince people into thinking. That's why I always say like simps are the worst things ever because if there's a woman who has the worst opinion, there'll be 7, 8 guys willing to back her.
and they'll be willing to spend money to back her. I mean, think about all the times.
The fact that OnlyFans is profitable in 2025.
That's the only
is
fucking way.
insane.
That's the only way to do it.
It's insane.
The like.
Porn is free.
It's literally. I was just gonna say that pornography is free.
Yeah.
Well,
and there's
that's
so much.
tons of it.
But seeing a girl that you know naked is better than seeing an average girl you know naked is better than seeing a hot girl you don't know. Because every girl on the internet's a hot girl you don't know.
How long have we been going on Sick Ghouls?
Do you have to head out?
We're at
No,
22
I don't have to head
2
out.
hours and 22 minutes.
I'm just
Oh
like,
my
is
God.
we're at a 2.5-hour episode? Should we wrap it up?
No, I want more. Well, are you
Oh.
guys down to talk
Oh,
after? Or
more-
we can wrap it up.
Yeah, we can talk
I'm
after.
I'm
down
gonna
with
shit
whatever.
talk freely.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do want to shit
we're
talk.
releasing
Maybe
this
we
whole
wrap up and then
episode.
we just
Yeah,
shit talk.
yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe we should cut. I want the
Folks, that was our Phillies Funniest
Folks.
predictions and our
Nigga,
Yeah,
what a pleasure.
What a pleasure.
Really?
We're all gonna bomb Philly's Funniest,
Yeah.
and AI is gonna kill us. Good
Yeah.
night.
Take care.